That's too low.
That's too low? Yeah, put it up then. I think I lowered it earlier.
They gon' let me for my ambition.
Woo! Shout out to everybody in the world, everybody locally, anybody, anywhere. If you're listening to this, you're appreciated per usual. This is the CA Podcast Cap, episode 44. You know, we're in this bitch 44 weeks in a row. It's crazy. We're getting closer and closer to the 52 mark. Marlon, it's about to be a year. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's why I was thinking about that today. It's like, damn, we're about to hit the 50s. But, man, nonetheless, I go by Sound, the host of the podcast, per usual. And this week, we have, obviously, the Chubb Corner running half. Erlin's out. So I don't know what's going on. He said he has the sniffles. He's trying to protect us.
Monkeypox.
Yeah,
Hopefully not.
We have Chubb today. We have Chubb.
Half Chubb. We only got Marloon. No Erlin. You know, he wasn't itching. So once he texts us, I'm itching, it's like, stay home for a month. Because we don't even know how.
2 months.
2 months?
7 weeks.
Yeah, it's different.
7 weeks.
It's different.
No.
100%
different.
different.
Oh, no.
Stay there the rest of the year.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly.
Yeah, summer's over anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to risk that.
Yo.
But this week, we definitely want to welcome our special guest, someone that I've been, dying to talk to in person. And why not put it on camera? You know, he's a content creator himself, but in general, he's not necessarily known for that. But I learned some stuff. I didn't even know he's tapped in. He has a musical side historically. He was doing, producing. Shout out to people in the city. You definitely probably know that before me, especially if of an older generation. Jay, Cam, you said. Yeah. Shout out to the OGs. They definitely listen on a weekly basis. But I didn't know that you were, doing that. But it's very interesting because I see him, aside from what he does for a profession, I see him online always commenting and being tapped into the world that I be tapped into. One of the only accounts, far few, that I follow, especially locally, that does the same type of commentary. I'm like, wow, damn, Sam be tapped in. Like, he knows what he's talking about. So we're definitely going to have him, discuss topics with us. We're going to do a quick rundown of the news and cultural topics. And then we definitely want to dive into who he is. And we can introduce yourselves right away, right now. Tell the people who you are and what you do for a living.
I go by the name of Sam Albert, and I am a realtor in Rhode Island. I'm licensed in Rhode Island and Mass, and I'm also a real estate developer.
Wow. So that we have it, and if you go on his, where can they find you? What's your Instagram? Your name?
Samuel.Albert. So SAMUELL.Albert.
And then right in the bio, you see it right away. Top 1% realtor. You know what I'm saying? You have the billboard still up? You had a billboard up, right?
I did have a billboard up. That's gone.
Yeah, well, hopefully, one day we're going to have 1,000 of them throughout the city. I don't see why not, but I love that. When you made that post, that was very inspirational. So we're definitely going to tap into that towards the end of the podcast. Let's definitely tap into stuff happening in the city, especially because we're down one engineer. I want to get a full co-hosting vibe by Samuel today. So for starters, the city this weekend we had. Well, today we can even start with today. There's a big thing happening in the city. The Block Island.
Block Island was
like the number one go-to thing today.
Christ, yeah.
And there's something like spiking.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. I'm getting feedback.
It is feedback.
I was hearing, but
and we're back. Minor little technical difficulties, audio difficulties. Getting this perfectly crisp. But what was I about to tap into? So today everybody was at Block Island. I was gonna go. My friends, we Shawty's cousins and like that whole group chat that we have, they were talking about it, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But then we found out, I guess, that you need a ferry ticket, but then all the tickets were sold out,
right? Something like that.
Online. But then earlier we had shout out to Core, the District 5 representative. She stopped in real quick to do an ad, and she was saying that she went in person and was able to get on the ferry. I guess they had a lot of extra space.
So that's what I heard too.
I didn't know you could do that.
It was pre-sale only online, something like that. But if you go in person,
she said the ferry was like this.
I didn't even know you have to fucking do that.
Yeah, you never been to Block Island ever?
I never knew that either.
You have ever?
Never.
What?
Yeah.
There's only one thing to do though. You get off and you go to Billards or Ballards.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to you
can
rent the mopeds and you.
I heard because I used to work on Federal Hill, so like the owner of the restaurants that I used to work at has one of probably like the most famous hotels there on Block Island.
Oh, right.
And
I believe it.
During the summer is when that shit he would make the most bread, bro.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah, of
I'm
course.
talking about like just in 2 months he'll make what the restaurants will make in a year.
Yeah.
It was wild. And everyone that would go work over there would tell me is like, yo, like the nightlife is where it's at Block Island.
And I feel like nobody really stays there at night.
They say
kind of just leave by like sunset.
They
and
say
it's
that the
like,
nightlife is where that fucking.
Which it makes sense.
That shit gets
I'll
crazy.
be scared to be on that island at night. I don't know, man. Like,
Bro, them motherfuckers would say like you get so consumed by the nightlife that it's
Really?
like you work at 8 o'clock in the morning and you're not going to bed till like 5, 6 in the morning.
wow.
Yeah.
I know Martha Vineyard, like people make bread. Like
just about
there's
to
people that
bring.
just work there. Summer only.
I went there and somebody I met an Uber driver.
Wow.
That was specifically from North Carolina and only here specifically for the summer.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
From North Carolina, he said, "Oh, I come here every year
To do Uber there?
just to do Uber Martha's Vineyard."
He's a genius.
Yep.
He's a genius. Shout out to Eric, our boy, our brother. He's going to Martha's Vineyard tomorrow.
Nice.
For like a month and a half.
For a month
Safe
and a half to do an
travels, my
acting theater job out there at Martha's Vineyard. He's an experience. There's gonna be a lot of.
Oh my god.
My god, who is it that has a house over there? Isn't it like a president?
Obama, Oprah. Maybe it might just be Oprah. Oh, it's one of the two. It might be Obama.
I know Taylor Swift has a house in Newport,
sorry.
right?
Obama is not. It might be Obama.
It might be Obama.
Yeah. No, Taylor Swift is Westerly.
Newport.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is Westerly.
Okay, Westerly. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of people that we might not see day to day, you know, they might have houses, but they're probably not even there. Like, it's not that they live there at night.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
We know about the Kennedys from Martha's Vineyard.
Oh,
That's
yes, the Kennedys. That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
We're famous, bro.
Yeah, Rhode Island, man. Rhodey, man.
For all of y'all shedding on our little fucking state,
Yo.
suck my dick.
We got a lot of history in Rhode Island.
Go to that island, man. That island alone, those two islands, Martha's Vineyard and Block Island, is crazy. But today, Block
100%. Island
was packed. I wanted to go. There was the Reggae Fest and everything, free Reggae Fest. And, didn't go. It was like, I didn't want to risk it, more work. I did go to the beach, though. Had some fun time. But today was like 96. Very hot day today.
Was it really?
It was
hot as hell.
I was
hot
mostly
as
working
hell.
today.
Hot as hell.
And you would have thought it would have been otherwise because it was cloudy pretty much the whole day.
Yeah, no. It was like breaking
But
through.
like,
It
Wow.
almost looked like it was going to rain at some point.
It said it
Yeah.
was supposed to rain.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
But it
Tomorrow's
didn't.
going to be the same thing.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. Listen. But hey, it's like at the same time, we can't complain because winter comes and we're going to be complaining about the snow or it's too cold.
100%.
So we got to enjoy what we
100%.
can.
Listen, winter is easier to control than summer, in my opinion. You can layer up. You get too hot, you take it off. You know what I'm saying? In the summer, you ain't got AC, you're fucked.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
That's
mad
true.
at that take.
That's true.
It's
Not mad at
reality.
that.
I like bundling up.
I'm
You
not
know,
mad at
I
that.
do like bundling up. And fashion-wise, a lot of people prefer it because the sweaters, the coats,
Yeah, you layer
more
up, put your
vibes,
layers
That's a
up.
fact.
way more vibes with
I
your
love
hats and like you
sweater
go
weather,
crazy
that's
with
my
it.
shit, bro. Sweater weather.
Boots, like the boots. Last year was boot season. Everyone was wearing
100%.
crazy boots. 'Cause the
Yeah.
Kanye boots, everyone started wearing the big boots.
Listen,
Yo,
oh, you're going crazy always in the winter, brother.
Yeah, yo.
Puffer jackets.
Yeah, I can't wait for the fall,
Yo.
honestly.
That's
And
very
I'm a
true.
football guy, too. So.
Yeah.
oh, it's perfect then. Right then,
Can't
yeah,
wait.
because football season's coming soon, no?
Yeah, I mean, so as of this week, there is football back to back to back until like February.
But
Every
regular season
single
or
week.
preseason?
Preseason,
Okay,
college
okay.
football, and then we go into the regular season. So as
Okay.
of this week, there's football every single week. until
Wow, yeah,
February,
because they had the Hall of Fame
until
game,
January.
the Hall of Fame
Yep.
game last week or 2 weeks ago.
100%.
Wow, I'm excited for that. Something because I don't watch baseball, so Marlon doesn't watch no sports, so he could care less. World Cup, maybe you watch the World Cup.
Who
That's coming
doesn't
up this
watch-
year, right?
I think it's this year, right? Because they
It's
pushed it
supposed
back.
to be.
End of the year.
End of the year.
Who doesn't watch the World Cup though?
Well, everybody
Yeah.
does.
You know what I'm
Have
saying?
to.
You
The
could-
world
you could,
watches
You could
it.
not watch soccer the whole year.
And
You gotta tune in on the
You gotta
World
pick.
Cup.
You gotta pick your team come
Come
World
on,
Cup.
you got to.
Pick
World
one.
Cup get crazy, bro.
It's the World Cup.
World
For
Cup
sure.
get
The world
crazy.
gotta watch
You
it.
get that shit every 4 years.
Yeah, it's like the Olympics.
And they pushed it back because of COVID, right? Too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
just like the Olympics. They pushed the
Yeah,
Olympics
yeah,
back too and shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I don't
crazy.
Watch the Olympics.
Yeah, there's too many chances to watch the Olympics. Too many sports. But speaking about worldwide, so also DR Fest was happening this weekend. The Dominican
Yes.
Festival. I was out there representing.
Saw that.
Street interviews coming this week, probably Wednesday-ish. There's a lot of footage to sit through. You know, I'll take my time with it because there's no rush really. Because once it drops,
Oh no, yeah, that's
It was. I'm sure.
it's gonna impact no matter what.
I'm sure.
You know, so God bless. But yeah, DR Fest was crazy.
How
Unfortunate.
was that? How was
We were
it?
talking about it a bit off camera, but yeah, it started great, you know, smooth. At first, it was kind of like, not too many people here. I'm like, all right. But at the same time, Dominican time, colored people time,
Mhm.
people are late, you know, so I understand
It
that.
also was hot. It was hot as hell.
Very
So
hot.
I think a lot of people were waiting
Very hot.
For the sun to
For the
kinda-
shade. Because when I did
Yeah.
get there, I went with Edwin. We got there. Edwin was doing camera work, but then Edwin, bro, that guy, he got too drunk too fast. It was because we were one of our things for
It's that heat
content.
too, though.
Yeah, is that heat? That's the thing too.
You gotta
Because
stay hydrated.
when you get, because I've been to DR Fest multiple times, but I never get there that early. But I'm like, I'm a content creator. I want to get content at the DR
Right.
Fest, so I want to get there early to get the full experience.
Right.
Manny Ramirez, the famous retired veteran from the Red
So I
Sox,
saw he was there.
who was supposed to be there, right?
Oh.
Listen to this.
Oh my
So
God.
so me and Edwin the whole time, because he was supposed to be there at 10 a.m. There's flyers. The whole city had flyers
you know
throughout
he's
the whole
not
week.
showing up at 10 a.m.
So the parade, I'm like, is at 10. He's supposed to be a part of the parade. He's not there. We got there a bit later, so I'm like, oh, maybe we're too late to catch him. We're asking around, where's Manny Ramirez? I had a whole
9
joke.
p.m.
Where's Manny Ramirez? The whole joke.
Yeah.
Come to find out, at the end of the day, I actually asked someone, because there was at the end, it ends with there was a shooting at the end of the day, right? So then I asked
really?
around, asked the cops. I'm like, yo, what happened? Was like Manny Ramirez? They know he canceled. So Manny Ramirez was never even there. So I'm like, why did they even have these flyers up today? Like they could have taken it down. Like this was
Right.
false advertisement. I'm over here looking for
Right.
Manny Ramirez, right? But nonetheless, to not fast forward, it started off with the parade, kind of low capacity. I'm like, there's nobody here. What's
Yeah.
going on? But then I left, took a break. Edwin had a pina colada, tapped out.
Off of one pina colada.
Bro, oh my God, you have no idea.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
crazy.
What
Then
happened to that one?
we sat down with like strangers, but they weren't two strangers.
I caught that.
Man, oh man, Edwin, the rebel himself, he's living up to his last name, really rebelling. But
That's not his last name, by the way, guys.
yeah. But you know, I saw my braider. Shout out to Yuli, my hair braider. She was there with her families, and I never met her family fully, so it was kind of strangers. But she was mad dope. Like, he could sit down with us. Like, give him a chair, because she saw that he was about to pass out. The guy's walking around like this. And I'm like, damn, we're supposed to be working. And like, I should never got him no drinks. Like, he said he was gonna drink, but then one of the things we have for content, we're giving people out free shots.
Right.
So I got 20 shot cups. I was giving out people Brugal because DR Fest. So I'm like, yo, we could give people
You're
out
bugging,
shots,
you're
right?
bugging.
So then before we do that, he was nervous. So he was like, yo, we gotta take a shot ourselves because I can't do this. It's too hot. I gotta break out my shell. So I'm like, all right. So then that plus the heat plus the pina colada, he was gone.
Oh my God.
So then he had to leave. And then my girlfriend, shout out to Shawty, she pulled through, and then she swapped. She became the camera woman all night.
Really?
Because we went back, we went to the fest, it was packed. I was like, damn, now people are here. Like you saw
what time was that
at the Temple Music around 5 o'clock, packed.
Yeah, that's how
You can't even walk. It was so packed, you can't even walk. I was like, wow, this is really packed. But I told her, I was like, all right, we got a good amount of content here. Let's head back to Broad Street. And then we go to the car, park around Broad Street, walk all of Broad Street. And that's where people were going crazy. The cops were like shutting the street down, so there was detours everywhere. Nobody can like drive on Broad Street fully.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I've seen this before, kind of, but not like this. The cops were taking it more serious than ever. I'm like, damn, all right.
Right.
And then that new bike lane thing on Broad Street made it worse. And then, bro,
Yeah,
I gotta have the
that's
man
a
here
different-
soon
yeah.
because I want to ask him literally.
He's
like,
on his
bro,
way out though.
Yeah, he's on his way out. I'm like, yo,
He don't care about that bike
We
lane.
talked about the bike lanes, bro. We talked about
Yeah,
this.
don't get Marlon started. Marlon had a whole rant about the bike lanes.
No,
But then now, the police were doing their thing, but I'm still interviewing everybody going down the street. You know, bro, it got so
Interviewing the
crazy.
cops?
But they were like, oh, I don't want to be on camera, but they were still
Yeah, you know
talking.
how
So I'm
that
like,
goes.
you're on camera, you know, and they're fans. They watch it. Like they be like, yo, I've seen all your stuff, and they say it all the time. So it's like, yeah, so be on camera, but they don't want to ask. I get it. It's whatever, up to
Right.
them. But then,
We be dogging
bro,
that shit.
it went from all types of levels of people. Like, bro, allegedly, like there was one guy that literally, like, he basically grabbed me, like, yo, come in my car, hop in my car. I was like, all right, hop in your car,
Allegedly?
bro, in front of the cops, allegedly. And then he's like pointing down, right? You guys will probably see it on camera. I think Shawty captured it. And he's like, yo, I got this bag allegedly of like water guns, right? A bunch of water guns. Let's say 15 water guns, right? And then it's like, and he's like, yo, and he wants to like put it on camera. I'm like, and he's like, look at I'm like, what?
Like, bro.
Like he's bragging, like, I mean, look at that, and the cops don't know about it, blah, 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 fuck him. And I'm like, all right. And I told Shawty, like, get out of here.
Yeah,
you know,
that's when the liquor gets. Yeah,
I'm like, what's going on here? Like, this is crazy. I'm like, I didn't expect this type of content. I'm like, I gotta blur his face. Like, this is too much, bro. They wildin'. I'm like, yo. But yeah, so that's coming soon. We'll see it soon. DR Fest. A lot of people were tweeting about it. Felt like 2008 again, you know. And then,
I haven't been in a while,
bro. Listen, when I was growing up, I remember the beefs and everything that would happen. But
I don't think I haven't been since like 2012, I think.
Wow. Listen, 10 years later, it's probably back to that 2012 vibe because at the end, unfortunately, like it's like, it's nostalgic because we're like, oh, the energy, but it's obviously negative. There was a shooting at the end, and we heard something, but it was like faint. But then we saw mad people running, and then my girlfriend with the camera, she started dipping. Like she was like, no, we gotta go.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah. And I was like, no, record these people running because I don't know what's happening. Like, we gotta get this on camera. Like, what's going on? Like, and she was like, no, we gotta get out of here. We got a kid. I'm like, yeah, I know.
You're right.
I'm like, you're right. Fuck, let's go. But then I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I was like, I don't want to like walk the wrong way. I'm like, there's a bunch of cops here, and they're not like going crazy. So I'm like, did they shoot? What's going on?
Imagine.
And then people were telling us like, yeah, there's some shooting. And like people are mad casual, like still partying.
Was it
like,
just like in the shooting in the air? You know how that goes.
Allegedly, I think that's what happened right at first.
God.
So then we leave.
That's crazy on that crowd, bro.
Like why?
Mad people, bro.
The question is why?
Mad people. But then we leave, right? And then when we get to our car, like a couple blocks off.
You found the bullet on your car?
Nah. You hear pa, 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 pa.
Again.
Like crazy though. And it wasn't obviously a muffler. You could hear, you knew what it was, right? And me and her looking at each other like, yeah, thank God we left. And then we drive off again. Pa, 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 pa. And then someone's going back. Pa, pa. And I'm like, all right, this is like getting, hopefully no one got injured. As of now, I didn't see like no news report on it.
Yeah.
So God bless, but DR Fest video coming soon. Providence, Rhode Island, the Dominicans going crazy.
Yeah, let them figure that out first, because now they're going to call you in, testify.
Yeah. Can I see that footage?
Subpoena.
Actually, the footage is corrupted on camera. I'm seeing it right now. The footage is corrupted, so I might have to, reenact some scenes. I don't know. But since we got Sam in here, I definitely want to talk about some topics.
Yes,
so for starters, what's the first one? Okay, to start with the big kahuna right away. The Kanye drama.
Oh my God.
It
was only a matter of time.
Man.
If we're being honest.
Breaking news, if you guys don't know, but they do know, especially by now.
Oh, we all know.
It was rumored. But my thing is like this, man. With the celebrity shit, you see the post, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson broken up. And it's like, but they haven't posted it, right? But I guess these people are so rich and famous that they speak with a publicist.
I was just about to say, yeah.
So the publicist,
they released a statement, right?
They released a statement through the publicist and stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but I'm like, it can't be. It could still not be true, right? Maybe it's like slow news week. Next week, they just post a photo together, and it's like, oh, they weren't. No, it was fake.
Right.
But 12 hours later, we see this post by former... Well, he's still Mr. West, but former, was he ever Kardashian? She was West, right?
She was West, yeah.
He posted this, and thankfully I tweeted it because now he's deleted the post, but I still have the post. He deleted the post. So this is the post. If you guys didn't see it, you get to see it here before it gets deleted from everywhere. New York Times headline reading, newspaper, Skeet Davidson dead at age 28.
Wild, bro.
Wild post. And then at first I'm like, damn. The New York Times do this to be funny because his name is Pete Davidson.
Right.
And I'm like, is Kanye just reposting what the New York Times did? No. And I don't think no one else posted this. Comment down below because I don't know what Kanye fans, they might be like, someone did make it. I didn't see an account make this meme. Like, how The Onion and like these like funny news, they do the fake news. I didn't see that. I think
Kanye had his assistant do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, can you imagine Kanye just sitting back and shit like that, just giggling? Yeah.
Draft it up.
Draft it up. You had WPRI? No, New York Times.
New York Times. Something more universal. More universal.
Yeah.
And legally, he's protected because it's not Pete. It's Skeet.
Right, it's Skeet.
And then it's also like,
Genius.
Is he trying to be like, and it's like, is he trying to be like the joke's dead? Because like, I can't call him Skeet. No more, I'm not going to call him Skeet. But at the end of the day, that's just me trying to be too deep with it. He's just obviously just saying they broke up. I'm kind of happy or it's bound to happen. But then when you zoom in the fine print.
That's what I was going to say. I was like,
no
there
way.
has to be something in fine print.
There's cryptic in here?
Kid Cudi meant to play funeral, but fearful of bottles thrown.
So he's saying this because
Kid Cudi got the bottles thrown.
And they blamed him because he had to take over the set, right? Kanye is this.
So double joke, right? And then he's saying that Kid Cudi was, but at the same time, you guys remember we spoke about this. People knew about this. Pete Davidson and Kid Cudi are best friends.
I didn't know that.
Remember that famous photo of
Well, yeah, because
who else is in it? It's Pete Davidson, Kid Cudi, Kanye. It's like an old school, like during the Throne era. The Throne era. It might have been Jay-Z. It might have been someone in that, someone else in that photo, but it was like a classic photo of like celebrities together laughing. So people always like, oh, when your friends turn into your enemies, because like Kanye, you know, and Pete, now Pete's with Kanye's girl. But Kid Cudi and Kanye had a beef, and one of the issues was because
but Kanye pressed him. I don't know.
Remember, Kanye pressed him about his relationship and friendship with Pete.
Yeah,
he was like, "Yo, you're choosing him over me," type shit, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be, high school shit. But it happened. But now we have him digging another dagger at Kid Cudi in the midst of taking a shot at Pete Davidson, right? Posted on Instagram. Now, another press release today. Breaking news, like an hour before I walked in. Kim Kardashian's people said that she's mad. She's spazzing at Kanye, and she forced him to take this down. He didn't want to take it down.
But it doesn't matter, though. He knew it was the only picture that he posted, too, on his Instagram.
Yeah.
So he has
only one. Now he got nothing now. Back again to zero.
But the damage was done.
The damage was done.
I always wonder when celebrities delete you know the damage is done, right?
Come on.
Like, you're not one of us.
We're in a social media era.
I can hope that,
like
700 people didn't, you know what I mean? One of my 700 people didn't see it, but everybody saw it.
There's people who live for you, my brother.
Right.
100%.
They got notifications on and everything.
Yeah, an example, not even to be dark, but obviously an example was that shooter that went to, the white shooter that was like on Twitch stream and like killed the black people. Yeah. That guy only had like 10 viewers or something, but that video still was captured, right?
Right.
So that's on a minimal level. And that was quick. So whoever was on it probably was like, oh, let me screen record this. Whatever. So imagine Kanye, like any celebrity of a major magnitude, a post and delete is not a delete. It's still a post. That shit's going to live on forever.
Yeah.
So this unfortunately happened. It's funny in the regard of like, okay, comical, right? But then the dagger at Kid Cudi to me is like, all right, playing on that concept I had last week where I said it's like, did Kanye have to do with the Kid Cudi Coachella sabotage fans throwing that shit on him? Because Kanye still came out at Lil Durk set and then sung a Cudi song.
At the same time, right?
At the same time, literally at the same time. And then now you're taking a shot at Cudi while taking a shot at Pete.
Sammy was there. He saw that shit.
Yeah, Sammy, our boy Sammy was at the Rolling Loud shit. He was there front row and he saw that. But it's like, damn, bro. I don't know. It's obviously now let's talk about this. Kim also posted herself wearing Yeezy for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I saw that.
She posted that. So people were making that conclusion.
Even after this?
It was like before the news broke of them breaking up.
Are they back together? Or is it kind of like...
That's what people are saying. Like, could they be back together? You know, her caption says, YR 3000 Yeezy. So, like, she's promoting new Yeezy, like Yeezy shades. Like, these are shades unreleased.
Wow, them shits are horrible.
Yeah. You won't rock them more? You won't rock them more in the summertime?
No. Got her looking like Batman.
Yo.
They look like ski goggles.
They look like ski goggles. Maybe that's the inspo. Who knows?
Maybe that's the inspo.
Listen, we say this now. We might be all wearing them in a couple years. Who knows? Who knows?
I promise. You
might. I promise.
I don't know about us.
What?
I mean, they look good on Kim, though.
They on her.
I'm not a Kim fan.
It's Kim, bro.
They look good on her. They look good on her, you know. But then, yeah, you tie this with the Skeet Davidson post, and now she's getting mad, allegedly, and all this stuff. So do we think that they're back together? Is that a possibility?
Nah. I don't think so.
Kanye is so unpredictable, man.
I don't think so. I think he's so compulsive and he's just so bipolar that even with the whole Kardashian front, she can't want to put up with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know the whole Kardashian thing and what they go for. Mm-hmm. She might be like, nah, I can't. I can't even do this.
We know that he might.
But it's also the father of her kids.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And we were talking about that kind of off camera as well with that concept of like you have a child with someone, you're going to be, you know, around them. Even if you're not even around them, that child, like those kids look like Kanye. Like she sees Kanye every day.
Every day.
Even if he's not around.
Yeah.
And then we see viral clips all the time of like their behaviors and their mannerisms. Like I think North.
Stop.
She's like, she had like the sign that says stop, like stop or whatever. Like she be like so anti paparazzi and all this stuff on some Kanye shit. And it's like, Kim probably sees this and is like, obviously this man, I can't get a right away.
Let's be honest though. I don't think Pete was here for the long run, man.
No, hell
Pete
no.
No.
Bro.
Pete was like, I got the baddest chick in the game. I'm out.
We were talking about it because don't you remember Kim was like, She literally broke it down like I just wanted. Yeah, I wanted BDE. I literally texted him, pull through. I'm single now. Something like BDE. I need some BDE. And then the concept of like she just wanted someone that would take her to the park, eat ice cream. But guys, that's not for life.
Yeah, right.
She's a billionaire.
Right.
She can't go out and eat ice cream and walk dogs with you, Pete.
Staten Island.
Forever in Staten Island. Now, one summer, they did their fling. You know, I think it's been like 9 months now. 9 months later, she might be like, I'm done. You know, I can't do it no more. But I posted it where it's like, Pete is not really losing.
No.
Who's his next victim?
Yeah.
Right.
You saw the meme I sent? Someone was like, "Oh, Queen Elizabeth spotted with Pete Davidson this morning. Queen Elizabeth with Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
He might aim higher. He might go for Queen. He might. You talk about sugar mamas.
Who's the next
That's
victim?
the cream of the crop. Queen Elizabeth right there.
Yeah, that's the highest.
Hilarious.
You know, so it's like, I don't know what this man has. You know, I'm a comedy fan. I don't personally find him funny.
Me either.
I think he's talented with his acting and like he's skilled with a lot of like the directional, creative aspect.
Yeah, 100%.
Very like he's doing his thing, especially independent wise. He's getting to the bag, and now he's off of SNL. So now he's gonna go full fledged independent. It's gonna be interesting to see. I don't like his comedy, and that's it. But she obviously loved something about him.
Right.
I don't know what the deal is, but we're obviously gonna somewhat be biased with the whole. Remember, we were like, we want Kanye, get your girl back, get your wife back.
Right.
It might be happening.
He might have gotten it.
We know how Kim moves, the type of comedy that they like, that dry shit. Nah. We different.
Tattoo your name on me, or tattoo. What did Pete do? Tattoo.
Wait, did he get?
Yeah, he tattooed the kids' initials, all my children's initials on your body.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, he literally did it.
Yeah.
Just to not be together now.
Yeah, this Hollywood thing's different, bro.
Because his excuse is like my body's a diary, so everything I go through in my life, I write down.
So you couldn't write her name. You gotta write her
horrible.
kid's name.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying. Have a list of your victims in your back.
Bro, he literally has, bro.
Kids.
He literally has a tattoo that says on his chest, "My wife's a lawyer," or "My girlfriend's a lawyer," something like that. My girlfriend's a lawyer.
I think I did.
And she was like, so supportive. Oh my God, he's so supportive. He's gone. It's like, this is all like, and at the same time, it couldn't be all fake.
A lawyer yet. She's not quite
even
there yet.
Yeah, she's what's it called
Not
before? Paralegal? Not even that.
Not even.
I think she's just.
I think she skipped the paralegal, but she's a student.
Yeah. You know, because she's not. I haven't seen her in the courtrooms or nothing. When she does some cases, that's gonna be talking about viral.
She hasn't said anything about Young Thug, so
yeah,
I know what's going on.
No,
with
she
that.
did about Gunna. She did.
Gunna.
She did tweet for hashtag Free Gunna.
Oh, I think
randomly.
It's free slime.
Or free, it's like
slime. Fuck Gunna.
Yeah,
he's part of the slime thing. You know.
Yeah.
Slime, you know.
So it's like, what is she? People were like, is she trying to be a lawyer for them? Is this like a publicist tweet? Or maybe she has a real friendship with them. You never know. At the same time, behind the scenes, Gunna might be chilling with the Kardashians on the low. You know, who really knows? God. But yeah, that's the number one story this weekend. People going crazy. The girls, oh my God, what the heck is going on? And oh my God. And it's like,
like, what did you expect?
What did
we expect?
They're excited that Pete's single. Relax, he's not all that.
Yeah, you know, and to each their own. Who knows? You know, imagine now he has like jokes about her. God forbid it's like some darker shit. Like he's like he might be like, I saw the Illuminati guys. I feel like that'd be his first joke. I saw the Illuminati guys, and I chose to step out. You know, I'm back out here again or something. I have no idea. You know, but speaking of other news stories, and everyone in here has an opinion on it. We spoke about it. So over the weekend, Drake dropped. But he's not technically back because he hasn't gone nowhere. But DJ Khaled is back, right? So DJ Khaled song with Drake on it. Staying Alive, the sample from the Bee Gees. Staying alive, staying, you can tell by the way. That is let me just say, I'd rather hear the sample. I'd rather hear the sample by itself.
I'd rather hear the original song.
Little 100%. Baby was on it as well. Quick verse. First of all, Sam, what's your favorite? Let's talk about the goods. What's your favorite part of the song in general, at all?
Of the song?
Of the song.
I don't know. Nothing. The video.
The video.
Maybe.
Okay, yes,
the video had me.
Quality.
It captured me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, the way he's signing like a doctor.
Yeah,
that was the highlight.
Yeah.
Honestly, You can never read what a fucking doctor writes.
Oh,
like I'm like, oh, this is cool. You know, smoking hookah.
Yeah.
He just signed the document, smoking hookah outside the emergency room.
Yeah. And the little skit, the little skit. My favorite skit was he asked the girls in front of Drake. He was like because there's an extended version of the video, and he's like he asked the girls spell Canada, and the girls are like DRAKE, like they spelled Drake, and he was like, okay. They're good. They're passed. They're good. They're not haters. They're not they. They're not they. We can let them go, Drake. And Drake's like, oh, yeah, you're right. And Drake does his little acting things. You know, he's from Degrassi, so he has his vibes, right? But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? It's about the music. The song is not good. The song is not good to me, man. And we spoke about it. Watch the reaction. If you guys haven't watched it yet, 25,000 views and climbing. Shout out to the support on that. But I broke it down where it's like the hype. Timbaland, hook of the century. Everyone's like, damn, we got to hear this song. Hook of the century.
When I heard that, I said, okay.
I'm like, ooh, shit, I'm itching like a fiend. LeBron.
Friday midnight.
Right. I'm like,
Thursday
midnight. This shit's going to be the one.
Right.
You know, and it's been a weird year. We spoke about that also off camera where it's like, it's been a weird year with music. Like, what is the song of the summer? And if there is, it's only like Burna Boy, or Bad Bunny. And that's not even songs of the summer, songs of the year. Right. Because nothing else really can fuck with these vibes, right? And nothing has. So I'm like, this song might. Little Baby and Drake, they don't really miss together. They do their things. Recently, what was the last one? Wants and Needs off the COB album. You know, Drake was you say you're lesbian, girl, me too. Right. People fuck with it. Even if they didn't love the album, they fuck with that song. They did their thing, right?
I'd rather hear Ross and Drake.
Exactly. You know? Now, Khaled hyping the album. First of all, it's called God did not approve that song.
This is the shit though.
God did not approve that song. I promise.
Motherfucker always does this shit, bro.
Oh my God.
He always does this shit, and the fact that people still fucking fall for it gets me heated.
But that's what he.
Speak
on it, because we spoke about it. The marketing of
all he does, and he gets you to this point where like his rollout is 2 months long. 3 months long, and you're convinced he got some heat coming.
Yeah,
and I sat there Friday morning, and I played the song once. I'm like, nah, Khaled said this shit's fire. Gotta be fire.
A century. That's
it has to be. It's no. I gotta run it back.
Right.
I might have missed something.
Right.
No, but this is what he did. He got my stream. Bye. He got my stream.
He got your streams. You know.
See you later.
So it might be number one in the country for the first week.
I don't know if it's.
I don't even think it got that though.
Do that. I don't know if it's gonna do that. I don't know if it's gonna do that.
Not only did I listen to it on my phone.
Oh, you gave a different test.
I listened to it in my AirPods. I listened to it on my house speaker. I listened to it in the car. 3 different cars.
And you're like, he lied.
You got blocked.
But he does this.
You got blocked.
He does this every single time though, and we fall for it.
That's what I'm
every
saying. I don't fall for this motherfucker's bullshit no more, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm kind of falling.
But then you see the post prior to this, like a week ago. It was like Jay-Z not even showing his face, hat down, and the caption read, "One of Jay-Z's best verses ever" on the Khaled album. So people were like, "Holy shit, okay."
But you gotta remember, like, this shit is all opinion, and music is very subjective. So he may think that at the moment.
Yeah, you know.
And then we fall for it.
And then it's like, also, whose opinions are these, right?
Right.
There was also a video. I don't know if you saw it, of Khaled on FaceTime over the weekend after the song came out with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, on FaceTime, right?
Oh my God, and Mark Wahlberg, being the actor that he is. I told the guys, I'm like, this guy is paying professional actors to lie on camera about this song. Mark Wahlberg.
You're gonna believe an actor?
My God. Mark Wahlberg was like, I think verbatim, he was like, I can't get this song out of my head, Khaled. I played it 7 times today in the gym this morning.
Liar.
Marky Mark.
You didn't even go to the gym today.
Yo, you're just naturally buff. You gotta stop. You don't even exercise no more, Mark. Like, I know, you know, the Wahlburgers. He just eats the Wahlburgers and calls it a day. And the Wahlburgers do the job. He was a rapper though. Remember Marky Mark, right? He used to be a rapper. You remember that? I think maybe it was a group or something too. It was a while ago. So it's like, I guess we are getting an opinion from a rapper, but
you made a phone call in the morning like, yo, Mark, do me a favor real quick.
Yeah. Or maybe I feel like he might have said something like that, but then Kyle was like, yo, do it again, but let's spice it up. Can I post this for promo? Spice it up. I'll put it on camera. That's probably literally what happened.
Yeah.
He probably just called him, showing him love on some friend shit.
Right.
He was like, yo, let's
He's
put
like,
this on camera.
You mind if I,
Because the FaceTime, he was tilting the phone like.
Right.
Trying to show
you like.
So Mark probably wasn't even looking at Khaled. He was looking at the camera. He's like, I know the tricks, bro. Like, and then he was like, Mark, I know you and Kevin Hart. You and Kevin Hart, but me and Drake, we need a movie. We need a movie. And then he was like, yo, and then he literally was like, we can do a meeting after I finish these meetings. I roll out my movie. We can set it up. Let's stop. We started the song. Let's stop here. Why are we talking about movies now? If this song is not good.
It's not good.
Like, that's it, man.
It's okay.
Not only that, Khaled, when you're in these fucking videos, the little cameos and shit like that.
Yeah, it's
respectfully, bro. I love you, man. You're a great guy. You seem to be a great guy.
Great father.
You don't add shit to the fucking video.
Yeah.
Right.
Besides, you start your little ad-libs and shit like that over the motherfucker rapping or some shit. I can't even hear him no more.
How was his last album? Because what was his last album?
Fucking garbage.
I think we all heard it together.
Because now my question is,
I didn't listen.
You didn't listen to it?
My question is, if this next Khaled album is mid,
the fall off is happening.
We're here.
But you know where it started? When he was coming at the guy right there, the poster I have right there on the wall, Tyler Creator. When he came at Tyler Creator. My music is music you can listen to. I don't make weird music that you can't drive around and people can't hear it. Blah blah blah. Right. And then people were like, Khaled, we love you. Why are you being negative?
And that's the thing too. I like Khaled, but it's just like
everyone loves him. He's a great guy.
Right.
He was definitely approachable. You want to have that energy around you. Great hype guy. That's what he.
I think
that's
he
what
needs.
He was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the fall off is here, and I think he needs to start looking in a different direction. He has the charisma. He has the personality. You can get all these different sponsors. You can get the bag.
You want to know what I think?
Social media.
You want to know what I think it is? Remember when I first started and shit like that, right? We had no new friends and what was the other shit too? Or I might be tripping. I feel like
I'm on one.
I'm on one.
Two classics back to back.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like I feel like the artist had a lot to say and freedom of creativity when it came down to this. I feel like he tries to. He actually is like really full-fledged producing, you know, was being laid down and this and that.
Yeah,
like,
he's very much involved.
Very much.
Yeah, too much.
Stop fucking.
Yeah, they record in his crib
all the time now.
Yeah, so
it's
he's
that
very much
studio.
involved.
He gives them the dinner.
Right.
It's like the whole buttering him up, like literally, and it's like it's back to what Sam said. Perfect marketing, because if you bring me to your house, you got your own chef and like the whole thing. You might take me on the boat.
It's a good time.
I might not even charge you for the feature.
Right?
No, it's a good time, and it's like he you know, cool people. This and that. I highly doubt they're gonna charge him for the thing.
Oh, they 100% forgot to let them people know to send the invoice,
bro.
The dinner was so good.
But what? Oh man.
Like I want him to literally come in the studio and debate us about this song, because I guarantee he'll probably convince us that it's good without us thinking it, because he's like that. He'll probably stand up. You guys don't hear the production and the flutes. Slow it down. Play it at this level. Now listen to it now again. And then he does something, and I'm gonna be like, damn.
You know what?
You know what, Khaled? I was wrong.
You want to know what the thing is?
That's the thing about him.
This shit gives vibes of what Drake just dropped as well. You
the
know
house party shit, right?
Yeah.
And then when that dropped, which we're gonna play now,
really rocking with
what
it.
were people saying? Oh, is Drake the fall off? And they said it about CLB. Now we got Joe Budden, the #1 hip hop music podcast in the world.
He looks like he's 50 something.
Yeah, it's getting to you, Joe.
And he's wearing the sunglasses. He's smart. He's like, yo, let me hide my crow's feet. He's smart. I'm on that type of time where I'm like, yo, I might start wearing sunglasses. These celebrities, they know what they're doing. Hiding the eyes is working.
Oh, you're 24. Relax.
But Joe, you know, he said this.
I wish all these niggas would just come out and say, yo, I quit music.
After hearing the Khaled song.
I mean, it would just make everything so much easier. Like when Khaled told Timbaland sit on the couch and let me spit this shit to you, and they taped it, I was like, all right, he's getting ready for the big Khaled marketing push. But that's what Khaled is now. No, it was a speech.
Oh, okay.
That dropped same week of the album, the song.
Yep.
Okay. Shame on you too.
But I'm saying Khaled is a marketer now for me.
Yeah.
Is Drake falling off?
Is Drake falling off? The question.
No.
falling off?
I know it sounds like a weird question.
Yeah, it sounds like a weird question.
And technically, it's not his song.
And I preface this with, even if he is,
right,
he's landing higher than a lot of people.
Khaled gave him this.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do.
I still want to ask.
I think he might be bored, yo.
I was like, shit. Yeah, let me see
Maybe
what I can do.
He's too busy for this shit.
I would say, if anything,
That sounds like such a cop-out now.
oversaturated. Maybe. I could argue with. I don't know if I would say.
Is that
fall.
Tory
Maybe that's
Lanez?
why
Nah,
into
that's ice.
Dance shit. Yeah, for sure. Let me do something.
challenge myself. Yeah, do something different. Yeah.
That Drake dance album gets better to me every time I play it. Same with Beyonce.
Which is why it's hard to say he fell
We're gonna
off.
talk about that Drake album real quick.
To me,
I think he's just bored and rap.
with the features, I'm sure.
Yeah,
he
so
probably-
In regards
He
to
could
that
just be
Drake album,
bored
though,
with rap.
side note, Fab said, y'all are mad at this album because you're playing it from the projects, not from Cabo. And that's
Yeah, and Fab was on a boat, right, or something?
Fab was on a
He's on a
Fab was
boat
on a
when he
boat. He was
posted
like, yo,
Not wrong.
you're not wrong.
Listen,
But this shit needs to be played on a boat,
saying-
not in Marcy projects. That was real shit.
This is not Drake's. This is not Drake's nor Lil Baby song. It's not. There's no
not.
way they came to DJ Khaled. You know what, bro? That sample, the Stay Alive shit. This is what we're gonna work on. That was 100% given. DJ Khaled. What can y'all do with this type shit? You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy? He might have them each on another song to on the album as well.
Because last album
This can't be it.
had
He's-
two Drake songs. It had
Yeah.
Pop Star, which I loved.
I love Pop
I'm a
Star.
pop
I
star,
like
not
Pop
a
Star.
doctor, going
And then
crazy in
Grease.
clubs. Grease.
I do not like Grease.
You don't like Grease?
I fucking hate
I
that
like
song.
Grease.
Really?
It was smooth.
I feel like Grease could have been rolled out better. I felt like it could have had like a more of like an international impact. It was just
Yeah.
pandemic.
I don't
I feel like
like
it dropped
Grease.
it like this year in the
like
summer.
Grease.
It'll be
Yeah.
like around
It might have been
like
smooth, yeah.
the Bad Bunny Burna Boy playlist.
It didn't make me feel like I was in Greece. I don't like Grease. I didn't like it.
Listen,
False
you got
advertisement.
you got to listen to it in Greece. That's the thing. Like how
That's what
fat
it
you got to,
is.
you know, it's this environment.
We ain't gonna listen to this driving through
Listen, I'll tell you
potholes.
this, I didn't listen
feeling
to
like
it
we
in
in
the
Greece.
projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like still like
But
Listen.
Joe brings up a good point where he's like, yo, like, it might be time, Khaled, for you to like go back to the drawing board. And that's what before I even played that, I said the same thing.
honestly,
I'm like, it might, and
Maybe
it's
do
okay.
movies.
Yeah.
Maybe do
But
movies
you
like
gotta
Marky Mark.
you gotta shift. Everybody needs to shift at some point, and I think it's time for Khaled to shift.
bro, think about it. That the first album when his son was born,
Yeah.
wasn't really that good.
Yeah. The one that he named after him.
Father
Right.
of Assad.
Father of Assad.
yeah.
Yes.
The one after that
I forgot the name of that.
also didn't have an impact.
Yeah. Well, I think with all the flowers in the cover
Yeah,
are Jonathan
yeah.
Mannion photograph.
Random ass
Yeah.
tiger or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
the tiger one. Yep.
Shoe collabs, horrible as well.
Yeah, they're
You know
not
what I'm
great. They're not great.
I'm
And he has the plug. He has
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yes, Jordan.
Come on.
But the colorways are not great.
So, Khaled, fuck, I don't know what is happening,
Those are
bro.
I envision his sneakers being sold at like you know those random sneakers at Eblen's.
Or like
That
the-
is-
Bro,
It's like, wait, what is this?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I envision. Like,
and that's what kind of his style be. So I get it.
Yeah.
Because like he would wear them, right? But you also want to make a shoe that people wear because it's a collab.
100%.
So I wouldn't wear
Them
these.
shoes are the ones that you see hanging from the fucking power lines.
Yeah.
Or
he got the bag. They gave him the bag.
No.
too.
And sometimes
100%.
they'd be like really
Yes.
resellable. But the thing is, why, Khaled? Because you only made 500 pairs.
yes,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We can't even buy these.
Right.
Only your friends can. So it's like,
Right.
what are you talking about? Of course, they're not
Right.
even on StockX.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, they're worth 50 grand because you
Right.
can only get them in Stadium
Right.
Goods or at Fat
Right.
Joe's sneaker store.
Right.
Like, we get it. But let's be realistic.
Badger's,
Like,
closet.
yeah, you know, like, yeah, classic closet. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think Drake's falling off.
No,
No,
not at all.
no.
Not at
I don't think
all.
Drake's falling off.
No.
Khaled was like, "Yo, I really want to use this record."
Not only that,
favor.
It worked perfect for him. OVO Fest started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying?
perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Drop something real quick.
Drop something real quick. That's why it be. Sometimes for Drake, like it could be a feature or song, and it might not be like it stays for a while. But
Yeah.
that for him is almost like an Instagram post or something, like a quick little billboard, like a quick
Right. It's
promo,
yeah.
quick
It's
marketing.
little favors and shit like that.
And it's like I don't think it's an L. Now if it happens 10 times in a row, then
Right.
we can start questioning like the L's are coming in, like what's
Right,
going on,
right,
Drake.
right.
But I think Drake, we can trust in Drake to like he's tapped in.
Right.
Like he be on too cool to blog. Like he
He
be on
knows.
these
He
he be
knows.
on these Instagram posts commenting. He's tapped in.
Oh,
He knows what
So
it
he
is.
knows how people feel. He probably knows how they feel about this song. You know?
100%.
Now, are we wrong? Could it be a song that 3 weeks from now we might fuck with? I really don't think so. because I just don't like that. Staying alive.
Yeah. That's what throws me off.
Like the way they did that sample, they ruined it.
Yeah.
But there's very few Drake features and Drake songs that I just don't like. And
this one that you added to the
I
list.
just know in my heart like this ain't it, bro.
Not only that, I don't know about y'all, but Drake sounds a little too high in this song.
I haven't even listened to it enough.
It's
I don't remember.
He did. He gave her all the tests.
You did.
Different cars. He knows what's going on.
So you know.
He's an engineer now.
3 different cars. You know what I'm saying? Fucking 3 different qualities of speakers.
Oh my god.
And nothing.
It just.
It reminds me of that song that we also didn't like. I'm upset.
I hate
but at first we didn't like it.
No, I don't like it.
Now it's grown on me.
I don't like it.
Now it's grown on me.
I like it.
At first we were like, because he didn't sound upset. He sounded so nonchalant.
My head is disrespect.
He's like, I'm upset.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like during the Meek shit, and we were like,
yeah.
bro, what the fuck is this? I'm
and
upset. And it was charged up,
He sounded bothered. He
sounded bothered. Like, yeah, exactly. You named it wrong.
Yeah.
But then we got back to back, and then we forgot about everything else. It's like, all right, this is what we needed. Okay, this guy's going crazy. Okay, now we know what you're talking about, right? And then Meek never said nothing. So like that was like a W takeover. Like boom.
Got it.
But now we're in a situation where he's even said in the past, ooh, they told me I fell off. Ooh, I needed that.
Right.
And in the Rap Radar interview where it's like, people are so quick to come on Twitter the first 2 weeks and like be the first to say that this shit's trash. But then later on, blah, blah. So he's not a virgin to this type of like fucking abuse, whatever. People are going all crazy on him. It's like, we know. Mm-hmm. But this song might be one that ages like milk. So I'm sorry.
I agree.
But is it the fall off, Joe Budden? Good question, but also bad question because it's not Drake. There's plenty of other people who are falling off, not Drake.
Yeah. You being one of them, Joe Budden.
Yo, Drake. I love Joe Budden, but he's very critical.
Drake was on vacation like a couple weeks ago. They were playing Pump It Up.
Oh yeah. That's true. He added Joe Budden about that playing Pump It Up.
I just like to call at Joe Budden, man.
Listen, you're still welcome. The open invites here, Joe. 100%. Do not. Or maybe come at us because it might help with the podcast. Yeah, podcast wars.
Sure, especially this episode.
Yeah, exactly. Do your thing, Joe. But speaking of, you said the OVO Weekend Fest. Shout out to Lil Wayne, my favorite rapper of all time, announced Carter 6 is coming.
You think so?
Yeah, you think it's not coming? Maybe.
I don't know.
It was weird. It was weird. It was weird. The announcement because he said it.
I believed it. But I also believe Dr. Dre like a million times.
Detox.
I mean, I think he's there in his career. I think he's at this point where it seems like we're seeing him a little more. He's having fun again, it looks like. Yeah. I think we can get a Carter 6 from him.
Yeah, because when we got Carter 5, it was the comeback. A lot of people critical, didn't love it, did it, whatever, but it still was impactful.
Yes.
We had that major video we reacted to. I think it was the song with Kendrick.
You're going Mona Lisa.
And to this day, people talk about that verse from both of them. Phenomenal, like historical rap song. Yes. And it was like an old song that they did, but then Wayne finally dropped it on the Carter album, which he pushed back so many times because of legal problems with Birdman. Now he finally pushed it out, right? But then since then, we've have these features everywhere going crazy features, and people like, damn, he's spitting like crazy again. Okay. And I think he dropped an album in between this, but people didn't pay much attention. Yeah. But when it comes to Carter series, people pay attention.
Yeah, we on that.
So now we have the Carter 6. And I have like DMs, like he still has that cult following, like almost like Eminem and all these other people, right? Where his fans are DMing me like, yo, did you see Wayne? He posted like a bunch of his accounts. Like, I'm like, damn, yeah, these guys because they want us to react to it. They want to see our opinion on this when it happens, because almost like a myth, like the Carter and the classic album series. Yeah. So he says it right with the reunion, the YMCMB Young Money beautiful reunion. They pushed it back because Drake had COVID, but now he's I guess COVID free, Yeah. And now they having it, beautiful performance. Nicki, everybody was there. He says it, and I'm like, okay, he's just saying it. But then I see online there's an image of that he posted that they brought it up at the festival. I'm like,
I didn't see that.
Oh shit, there's an image, right? And then right after, there's a video of him like in his like what do they call them, the sprinter vans,
the sprinter,
the luxury sprinters,
hitting the speed bumps,
and he's in it. He's like, I don't know if you guys heard yet, but you might have heard by now because he loves talking to his friends directly. He always says like his classic saying at the end of every one of his performances, "I ain't shit without you," and he drops the mic. He always says that. Classic. I know that because I'm like a diehard. I'm such a crazy Wayne fan. Yeah. But then he puts the link, and you can pre-order the album.
Oh, so he's serious.
Yeah, but it's like not the album. You can pre-order new music. It doesn't give you like the link to the album, but it says you can pre-order new music.
So he's
like
he's starting his role,
almost like a newsletter type of thing, right?
Okay.
But it's like the rollout for that, because obviously that's what it is. You know, it's happening, right? So people are excited. So shout out to the Wayne fans. Let's hope it happens, and I hope that
it has to, bro. What
it's good music.
To announce it at then?
Yeah, I think he is there, and I think he's in a. I think it's time.
And Drake's teased the idea of executive producing a Wayne album. This is the time to do it, Drake.
Yes.
You know, people they're saying you fell off. You know, they're saying Drake fell off. Get into your executive producing bag. You know, do a couple features on that album, a couple hooks, quote unquote, bring Wayne back. He hasn't left, but you know, bring him back to like top 5 constantly. It could happen.
It's possible, 100%.
He's always rapping.
He still has that following.
Bro, Wayne cares about rapping more than he cares about his hair. Like he has like, bro, his hair is like really like, it's like, there was like a hairstylist breaking it down on Instagram like yeah, it needs treatment, but he just doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. And when you're a legend, sometimes you don't give a fuck. Right. Throw a hat on, I'm rich, call it a day. And I think he sold like his masters. He did like a crazy check for like $100 million. He sold like some crazy deal like last year. Something
he did, yes.
Remember that?
It was up there.
So like he got the bag.
Yep.
He's chilling.
100%.
You know. But now he did that for his old music. So now his new music,
everything new is all you.
It's all him.
And he's out of the deal too.
Out the deal.
So
we gotta support this, but at the same time, it's gotta be good.
Right.
It's gotta be good. So I hope it's good. I'm excited for that. You know, are you a huge Wayne fan yourself?
I'm a Wayne fan. I won't say huge, but I'm a
really.
Wayne fan.
Do you put him in your top 10? Okay, at least.
Yes, he's in my top 10.
But is he 10? You don't gotta give a number, but
you
is
know,
he 10?
you know.
Yeah, because he might have been like,
you know
he
what?
was 11.
You know how
he's poking, bro.
This year, right? a couple months ago, like I don't know where this was. He did an interview, and they said, "Yo, you remember this bar?"
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh yes.
And he didn't even remember. It was the latex. Better.
Don't forget that latex.
He didn't even remember saying that. That's when I said, "All right, this man is ridiculous."
He's like, shit's hard.
Because that is like, bro. He's like, I said that.
Yeah.
He said, oh.
He was impressed off his own lyric.
Yeah.
But then you respect it how I respect it, because there's a bunch of idiots who are looking at it like, oh, because he has a ghostwriter. It's like, no.
Oh, come on,
guys.
Because he dropped like how many freaking mixtapes?
And he doesn't write nothing down.
You don't write nothing down. Is he one of the few, right? Him, Jay-Z. He's one of the elite few that don't write nothing down and are part of that top 10 conversation still.
Yep.
And he's always high and
always on drugs, especially back in the day, especially during those bars.
On the lean and
that's a classic bar. During the classic, like the lean, the old Wayne, you know. So yeah, I'm excited. And now that you brought that up, it gives me more excitement. I'm such a freaking Wayne. I remember that clip was crazy when he talked about that, you know. But speaking of more, rap news right now. So Irv Gotti, did you watch the Irv Gotti interview?
I caught little glimpses of it. I did see the clip when he's talking about Ashanti.
Oh.
And by the way, people were like, "Oh, get over it." Let's point out the fact that Nelly and Ashanti were just performing again.
You saw that? The day after the interview came out.
I get it. I get his pain. I feel. And then
Nelly and Ashanti
were performing.
We're having beefs during the Ashanti battle.
He came on stage. He tried to talk to her.
The Fat Joe
verses.
Whose verses was it? Was it Fat Joe's verses?
Yeah, because Ashanti came out during and then he tried to talk to her.
And then he tried to talk to her, and then they both did interviews after, and they were like, it's like Nelly, like we ended it, and she broke it down why, because he cheated. Like she revealed everything. People were like, oh damn, Nelly, and Nelly was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just trying to be friends, cordial, nothing crazy.
Yeah, so I didn't catch the full Irv Gotti interview, but I did catch little glimpses of it.
I would say I recommend everybody in the world to watch it, even if you don't even know who Irv Gotti is. That interview went crazy.
I love Murder Inc. Ja Rule and 50 Cent, go figure, are two of my biggest.
Yeah.
My favorite, my most favorite.
Top 10 as well.
I think Ja Rule is one of the greatest.
I think, 100%.
I think he was like groundbreaking. I think 50 Cent was groundbreaking. I know they had beef, but they're two of my top. In my top 5, those two are in there.
Wow.
And Murder Inc. Wow. Yeah, I still have the Murder Inc. compilation album. I still put Ja Rule's Rule 316 or Rule 336 up there as one of my favorite albums.
Better than very what's the other one? The other album
that was good too. But
he has some good albums. He has some good albums.
And
people gotta revisit them.
His sound was just groundbreaking. I think
people
he's up there.
So they compare him to Drake all the time. Where it's like he was the first like melodic rapper.
He needs
that got
to be.
accepted.
People don't want to. People don't like that, but he needs to be. He is.
It's the facts. But then
I
shit
don't
like
think he gets his flowers.
Yeah, because I feel like shit like the Chappelle skit was nobody gives a fuck about what Ja Rule thinks about in a time like this. Like shit like that, and then people joking on him, calling him corny, that type of shit. Just
Even
be like
his
tainting him.
videos were just
but
like
that guy was ahead of his time.
He had Hype Williams. He had this monumental videos where we would watch on BT 106 Park. Like Ja Rule's that man. So I gotta watch that video because much respect to Murder Inc.
Murder, bro. Don't get me started with Ja Rule. And then so the Irv Gotti was previewed. The interview. People are like, okay, new Irv Gotti interview this weekend. Drink Champs. But then it's with Ja Rule and Irv Gotti, and I'm like, oh shit, no one knew this. Then you watch it, and the whole shit, bro. Right away, like. I think like 3 minutes in, Irv Gotti's talking about his watch, and he's like, who gifted me this watch? Ashanti. And it's
they said he was drinking too much too.
That was before he started drinking.
Oh my God.
He started showing the watch, and then the watch was, and it said from Ashanti, and in the back, and like to Irv, and like he read it out, and I think Ja Rule didn't even know. He was like, I didn't even know this. He's like, I'm learning about this. He's like, see, that goes to show you guys.
Ja was there too?
Ja was there getting an interview, so it was Irv Gotti and Ja Rule interview. They were side by side. And then it was like, oh my God, what the hell's happening? And then right away it's like, because I can relate to this. I have I got to throw it away. I don't know why I haven't thrown it away yet. Soon I have a watch from my ex that she gifted me. Probably because it's like an expensive type of thing. It's an expensive thing. It's not a Rolex, nothing crazy.
Right.
But if I'm him, maybe that's why he hasn't it. But at the same time, you can give it to like a jeweler.
Right.
Don't you think that's kind of weird? Like keeping like his ex's.
And you're wearing it.
To that interview.
Not even like, it's in the crib. Like, no.
It was a nice watch. It's like the old school, like you can't get those like factory, that style from back then.
Up in price, bro.
But no one's going to buy it because it's already engraved. So maybe store it away.
Why they might buy it.
Like a memorabilia.
Yeah.
They got to put that shit in the hip hop museum.
Yeah, bro.
That is a little weird though.
Bro, that's weird. And at the same time, because the whole interview, he's spazzing on Ashanti. Because his main thing is this. They had the fallout. He's the head of the label. They dated while she was 22 years old. They were dating, but it wasn't confirmed. People alluded to at the time, but it wasn't confirmed until now. The recent years, they've confirmed it to the point where in this interview, he's literally talking about having sex with her. Like there's a song called "Happy" that they made classic songs, the Ashanti song. He said that he was having sex with her and thought of the melody like in the shower. And that could be, and then he was like, on my way to the studio, I was, then I got to the studio, I'm like, yo, we gotta lay this track, blah blah, because Nori was like, you think that the relationship with her, like, did it affect her career negatively? He was like, it helped her, because we made that song, and it was about I got the idea after making love, and so people were like, damn, Gotti, like this is like this is like too.
It's a little
vulgar.
It's a little much.
And then you're spazzing on her because she didn't want to do the reunion and she didn't want to do the documentary because she wants her stems and her masters. Because she wants more ownership. She feels like she needs that, right?
Is he not giving her the masters just from being petty from the Nelly situation, the basketball game situation?
Basically, that because he doesn't like narrow it down as to why. Because Nori's like, do you want to do an ultimatum? Like, what if she does this and do? He's like, no, there's no ultimatum. It's like. Nah, she just but he specifically doesn't like that she didn't want to do the reunion in the documentary, which comes out tomorrow, by the way, part 1 of the documentary, Murder Inc. documentary. I'm gonna watch that shit. It's gonna be crazy documentary.
But he also, I mean, he probably needs those masters too. He ain't getting the bag like that.
That's what he said in the interview. He's like, yo, these artists, they make money off tour. Right. How do I gotta feed? He was like, Ashanti's basically saying she's taking food out of my kid's mouth she wants to take the masters from me.
I respect it.
And I'm like,
you signed this deal. Your mama manager, whatever.
Yeah, at the time, right?
Sign that deal.
Business is business.
It's 20 years later. Don't hit me with some like, yo, please, like,
yo,
this is business. You're on vacation every day.
Yeah.
Yo,
Ashanti's on vacation every day. How am I supposed to feed my kids?
Wild.
So I respect that.
Wild interview, bro. And then he kind of came at Fat Joe because they were talking about the Fat Joe and Ja Rule verses, and he was like, I love Joe, but it's like, come on. I knew this was going to happen. Like, he knew that Ja Rule was going to watch Fat Joe. And it's like, I don't think everyone knew. I think it was the other way around. People were like predicting the other way around.
Yep.
And then
I would have thought, yeah.
But it was because the song selection, everything. Ja Rule was just too clean on stage. The presence, everything was too good. And then Joe got too aggressive, calling the women bitches and like what did he say? Like dusty? Look at those dusty girls, like the girls. Yeah, like the girls that were the features. You got some dusty girls in the back, some wild shit that he had to apologize and everything because people were like, "How are you offending?"
Right.
Like these, like we get it, they're people older, but they're still like black queens. Like they took it to that level where it's like, whoa, bro, like you're like, this is a racist. What's going on?
Well, remember, one of his eyes is almost closed and shit. He can't see that much.
God bless.
I thought that versus was.
He had a stroke, Mar. Damn.
That versus was gonna be close to me, but I think Jock. Yeah.
No, but listen. Speaking of Fat Joe, this is bro. He responded to Gotti. He's calling Irv Gotti a sucker, and he's almost reigniting the Murder Inc. Terror Squad beef. This is Fat Joe on Instagram Live. I want to say last night or 2 nights ago. I know this because I religiously watch.
Because I was going to say, he does his thing too, right?
Yeah, he does his podcast thing on his IG, and I watch all his oh my God. Classic Instagram lives. The guy's always going crazy. Pepsi sponsorship right there. Pepsi, if you're watching, do the same here. Please, come on, come on.
Y'all, but I'm going to let y'all know y'all gave it to me. Because it's a 10 for 50.
Okay, so for context, he's talking about, so over the weekend, Rock the Bells happened, LL Cool J's music festival, and he was there performing, and Nori was there performing. Nori also had a podcast tent. So Nori was doing podcasts on the fly. Okay. So he got a live reaction from Fat Joe about the Irv Gotti interview. So this is Fat Joe basically saying what he said on the Soon to Come podcast.
Motherfuckers in the tent.
He says there's a lot of people in there, so he's worried about catching COVID now.
I don't even smoke. It's 1,000 degrees. They were smoking the gumbo this, the diesel that, the haze from this. They was like, yo, I got the haze from Uptown. I got the haze from Miami. It was so disrespect. It was like the champion award for weed, right? For cannabis. And I'm up in that motherfucker. And so I'm talking to Nori, and the first thing he tells me, yo, man, I did Drink Chance with Irv. You see what he said? I said, yeah, man. Irv Gotti is sucker, man. You're a sucker. And so my thing is, versus is versus. Whoever won, lost. How long ago was that? How many millions ago was the versus? That's what I want to know. How many M's ago?
Now he wants to take it to like a money battle.
I'm not talking crazy to Irv because Irv just closed the deal. You know, God bless him, he's making money.
Sponsor in there real quick.
Yeah.
But he tried to take shots at the wrong dude to get his little street cred off of Joe Crack. Don't do that. Okay? We not. Oh my God. You're Irv, stop. Right? You're a producer.
You're a producer? Oh my God.
And so.
And then he derails, but then he takes it back again around the 24-minute mark.
Whoever the fuck you want.
Okay, right here. He starts spazzing.
It's safe to say he's in shape. And so I'm watching this Drink Champs. Yo, y'all can at Irv Gotti, whoever the fuck you want.
Bro.
Right? Talking to Joe Crack guys, if you don't know by now, I doubt you never know me.
Always with the quotes and shit. Mm-hmm. Big ass candle in the back. Jesus. That's that good shit.
Ashanti. Right? And so.
Is that an old baby?
Whatever
It might be, right?
has with Ashanti is 20 years old. Right? And so I know he was making some points that mean a lot to him, his heart and soul. But when you keep ranting about somebody 20 years later,
2 decades later,
he's not over the young lady, right?
He's not.
And so also we didn't know that they was fucking, right? Because the whole time I'm there. What's Love, Big Pun Record, on tour. I never seen them together like that. Now, I'm not saying they wasn't. They was. Or there was rumors they was. I never seen it. But I don't need to know. Right. I don't need to know. Right? Now, it's okay if it's on a documentary. You got to say your truth for your documentary. But to go to Drink Champs and keep calling her a bitch, keep disrespecting.
He called her a bitch, but then Ja Rule checked him.
Guys, I'm not going to be the one, I'm not the guy, to
Yo, bro.
stand up for the brother that I'm not. The Ja Rule was standing right next to him.
Yeah. Ja Rule was there. Ja Rule was there. He stopped him once. He was like, Gotti. Sure. The bitch. And then Gotti went to like a deep thing. Like minutes later, he was like, actually, let me revisit that. What Ja Rule said is true. Almost like to uncancel himself.
Right? But, like, I'm not telling stories about a girl I was with 20 years ago. In fact, I hope you die.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck you, bitch. Right? Leave me alone, right?
What?
And so...
Wait, what's going on?
Let's look back. Who was Fat Joe with 20 years ago?
Right?
Yeah, he's taking shots.
Yeah, he's not over it either.
Nah, but that middle finger was like high, bro.
Oh.
Yo.
And so I'm not gonna be that guy.
Yo, he excited that middle finger.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like I'm not telling stories about a girl I was with 20 years ago. In fact, I hope you die. Fuck you, bitch. God.
That's the biggest middle finger I've seen in my life, bro. This guy, he really means fuck you, like for real. Yeah. Like, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But I get the sentiment where it's like, keep the past in the past. Right. And if we're going to revisit the past, let's not do it sloppy how Irv Gotti did it. Right. Man. But yeah, hopefully this starts and ends there. I don't want these guys taking it back to like how they had it back in the day with the quote-unquote studio.
Right.
Shootings, pulling out knives, etc. Guys, we're grown,
it's
man.
not that deep.
They were cool. But then Irv did the interview. And it's like, fuck, now you're... And now we haven't heard Ashanti say nothing. Well, we did see her with Nelly.
It'd be amazing if she went on Drink Champs.
That's what she needs to do.
Because right now.
She needs to clarify, not clarify, but just put her stance out there.
Right, like, yo. Like,
at the same level that Irv did.
Right.
Because he's making you look crazy. Like, you're a woman, represent yourself.
Right.
Dog him.
Yo, and she don't got to drink. She just got to be herself. Be real. Mm-hmm. You know? And it's like, fuck, man. It's a wild, but business is business. You know, business is business.
Yeah, when it comes to the Masters things, I'm with Irv on that
100%.
It is what it is.
But then, yo, Joe taking it to at everyone, at Ja Rule, you can add anyone. Like, he's not scared. He's serious. He's not scared.
He's not.
But it's like, we don't want that energy, guys. We already got the young guys, the young kids going crazy. A rapper, I think that was last week that we talked about it, or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, though. Every week. Stay at and shit like
yeah,
that.
he's like,
in Florida, right?
Something like that. A couple hours ago.
It's like, we don't need that energy. That's not what we need to promote. Let's stop it. Let's keep it here, and that's it. Fat Joe and Irv Gotti, we don't want that to happen. We love them, you know.
Oh, yeah,
we kind of, like, this gets, don't get me wrong, this is kind of exciting, like the whole competitive shit, whatever. Right. But we don't want this shit to, you know. And also, I don't want no diss songs either. I don't want a Fat Joe diss song like in 2022. I'm not sure.
I go crazy.
Maybe a hit.
I don't know if we need that.
But knowing him, who's his best friend, he might get Khaled on it. I don't know if we want a Khaled and Fat Joe.
That's not Khaled's thing, though.
Yeah, that's not Fat. Yeah, Khaled might squash the beef. You know,
facts.
He might be the peacemaker between Gotti.
God told me to come.
Who told you to come here and end this beef, Khaled?
God did.
God did. You know, God did. You know, so that's the update with that situation. Crazy right now happening. I hope that shit, you know, you see the finger. If you're not watching on YouTube, I recommend watching it because the finger is crazy. Fat Joe just fucking went nuts. Man. A random Instagram live turned into some whole other shit. But speaking of fighting, two men who are actually fighting has been confirmed. You know, probably gonna go down as of today. Because unless the fights happen before then, that's bigger than this. This is gonna go down as the biggest like YouTube, you know, personality boxing fight ever.
Next year, what are they doing next year?
Yeah. So now there was rumors are going back and forth. So there was a fight cancellation, I think, between KSI and his partner. There was a fight cancellation also between Jake Paul and his partner, the person he was going to fight, Tommy Fury, and then the other guy. I think Jake Paul's fight's fully canceled. I think KSI is still fighting. I'm not sure. But Jake was like, yo, let's face each other then. You know?
Right.
But it was like, KSI was like a short notice. Like, that's not, and I'm over here in UK. Like, I would want to do it in my home. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So then randomly KSI is like, I'm going to announce something later today. Then this is the tweet. I'm going to send you a contract. We need fight next year, Wembley Stadium. Winner takes all. 100% of the purse will be on the line. Interesting, because they don't do that. That's like they don't do that because it's like,
even if you lose, I'm getting some type of back.
So now it kind of makes them want to go for the not, like, I gotta win because I can't just like everyone wins. No, you're gonna leave here broker almost damn near unless you get a crazy bag on the side. They'll still get some money. You know what I'm saying? Sponsors, however, right? Put your money where your mouth is. Let's finally do this. Will you accept Jake Paul? Right, and then Jake Paul, good morning guy, fighting rapper with t-shirt on. What does that mean? Morning guy fight, whatever. I didn't catch that joke. Went over my head. Right, your hometown. He's like, okay, we'll take it to your home, and winner takes all. I accept under one condition: you have to reply and admit that as of today, when it comes to boxing, I am better. Right. Look at the way he spells better. Marketing, because I guess today Jake Paul also launched a company called Better. It's a betting app and also like a media page for news, sports news. Respect it. Hey. That might be
I didn't even know this was happening because KSI and Logan has
their thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they got cool again, and they were thinking about maybe doing another rematch. To promote again their Prime, which I have at home. Go get that the Prime.
Is it good?
Better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Is it expensive? How much is
it? $3 a bottle. At Vitamin World or Vitamin Shoppy, they're not everywhere, so you gotta get specific stores and stuff. I got lucky. I was like, okay. I bought like a box kind of to like resell, but it was like not realistic. You could resell it, but it's like not much profit after shipping. I was like, I'll just keep it, like to support another YouTuber. I'm like, all right, that's dope. They're doing their thing. But then, again, KSI says it. As of today, in boxing, you're better. Let's run it, bitch.
Wow.
Confirms it. Because there's like, it's a tweet. You want me just to tweet that? Okay, all right,
whatever.
let's do it. And then it's like.
He's been doing it, and he's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like, it's confirmed. Now we officially have it. The KSI versus Jake Paul fight. Listen, that's gonna be historic. That's gonna be historic.
I never watched these things.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't follow too much, but
I'm
a huge fan specifically of KSI. Yeah, I love KSI. The Sidemen, what they're doing in UK. We're gonna try to do our own version out here. We want to do like the content that they do, the challenge type shit that they do. We want to do like our own thing. I'm not even gonna say that idea specifically because I don't want to take that one. But I do want we want to do the one with everyone kind of does already, where it's like the speed dating type of thing.
Okay.
That one with girls and stuff like that locally, because they do that. KSI and his team, and it's huge out there in London. Right.
Girls. Edwin's the first bachelor.
Yeah, Edwin's the first bachelor. No drinks that day because we saw what happened at DR Fest.
No pina coladas.
No pina coladas. Jesus Christ, that man. He might be lactose and we don't even know. I think that's what it was. That's what it was, bro. Because the lady asked, skim? Or I was like, just put milk. They asked. Yeah, it had options, bro.
I've never heard.
It was $25. They better have options. $25 for the 20
You want
ounce.
almond milk or you want skim?
Yo, but yeah. So the KSI Jake Paul is happening. Who wins? I got my money on. I might literally bet on it.
I don't want to say nothing right now because
I might literally bet on it. I'll probably put KSI. I feel like KSI, but then it's like Jake is really actually good. It's just he hasn't faced a boxer, so people don't give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that.
This would be his first.
Technically, if that happens before any other like boxer, he would be the one. And KSI is a boxer.
Yes.
At this point, he's a boxer. Yeah. It's not his first fight. He has multiple fights, and he actually boxes really good. So he would be his first boxer, you know, if that's the first. But
I might bet that day.
on the Better app.
On the Better app.
On the Jake Paul Better app.
Does he have football on that app?
I'm not sure. I don't even think, did it launch? I'm not even sure if it launched. Because there has to be a lot of like technical things when the app like that, when it comes to just sports betting.
A bunch of legalities and all that stuff they got to sort.
Bro, even to bet locally is like a whole hassle. Like the location generator.
Yeah, you can't go into Mass. Yeah. You can't go in Connecticut.
So, you know, that's happening. If it's news to you guys, there you have it. Breaking news as of today. Boom. The KSI and Jake Paul fight is officially happening. Now, Doja Cat responds to people. For those who don't know, she has gone bald, and not just in the head. She shaved her eyebrows, right? She went full on. Who did this that we know? XXXTentacion.
Just the eyebrows.
Kanye West did this too. Remember? Kanye West shaved his eyebrows too. He did do this last year. He did do the same thing.
X did it first though.
But XXX did it too first. And I think Kanye said he was paying homage to X too.
What's her reasoning?
So, supporters, first of all, she just did it. I think it was during like live with her fans. She was doing it, shaving it. At first it was just the hair. And she was saying that she's just been tired, like she's been high and she gets tired of it. She just wanted to do it, right? The eyebrow thing, I'm not sure if she broke it down why the eyebrow. Maybe because fuck it, his hair. And it's like, oh, okay. But then Twitter's running with the narrative. Obviously, by default, when you don't have context, you're looking at it surface level. She's going crazy, and everyone, and especially like, cause she was gone on live a lot after, while being bald, and people are screenshotting these moments, cause she plays into it. Like she'll be like making funny faces and like crouching down and like going crazy, and like people screenshot these moments, right? So people are like, oh no, she looks like that the gremlin from the Lord of the Rings, like my precious, like she needs help. People are like, damn, she needs help. And then people are like literally taking it deep where it's like, if this is not a sign for help, guys, we need to stop laughing. Please, someone get her help. I'm looking at her like, guys, calm down.
She cut her hair?
She's just like, celebrities do crazy shit.
Not only that, she from day one, she's always been that playful type of character.
What's her first song? Bitch, I'm a cow. Moo. She's a fucking meme walking, right? Like she does that shit all the time.
You see, she does so much weird shit, bro. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, it's weird to us maybe because we don't fuck with it. I love her personality.
Yeah, I think she's funny. Like she does her thing.
Yeah, I like her.
Bro, my friend from Arizona was sending me pictures and shit. I was like, yo, I'll fucking lick her forehead, bro. Like,
I had a feeling you were about to say some shit like I was still hit. I felt like that was coming. I still hit what was coming.
Doja, bro.
You grab that baldy.
I still rock with Doja.
Yo.
I fucking love Doja.
So she, very in tune with her fans, was speaking, and she had this to say.
Hugs, and you're crazy, and what has she done to herself? And you need help. You need, like, don't be afraid to, like, you need to seek help. That stuff is so, it's really heavy. It's a heavy thing.
Even though she does look like when you look at her straight up, like she's always in joke mode, so it's hard to take her serious with the eyebrows off. You know what I'm saying?
I always was
never
the
noticed
person to be like,
no, she added that. That's just she painted it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I mean, for example, I made Moo. I have a song called like I'm a Cow, and I'm like rapping about like.
Yo, I didn't even know she said that. I never watched this clip fully.
A cow.
What a fucking coincidence.
And like I got famous off of that. Everybody being like,
so lack of a better terms,
what's the big deal though? She's still herself.
Listen, man.
India Arie said it best, right? I'm not my hair.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not my hair, right? And it's like, so people, and then they were also making it a thing online where they were talking about that as well, with like the idea of like, oh, is it because she's like, are you guys, is it because she's a black girl, she's shaving her hair? Like, are you guys like shocked about that? Like, why can't she just shave her hair? Like, taking it from all types of narratives, because it's like, what is really like, and I think it's just this. People are just bored. People bored, and she's bored too. Right. So we're all bored.
Because what was her reasoning again? Because she was hot.
I think so.
I won't buy that though. Like, there's a reason why you did this shit.
Yeah, like it has to be. Let me see.
I can see that angle of it, but I don't care. And I have had moments in my life where I have not been well. There was a moment where I was really stressed out, and this was like maybe 8 years ago or something like that, a long time ago. Even further back, I was like very not in a good place. I've like had that issue before, and you guys would know, or actually, I was still performing and touring, but nobody could tell that I was going through this, and it's just funny. It's like, the second that I get to feeling like I'm free and I feel cool, motherfucker, like, you're not good. I can see that
like
angle
Kanye
of
shit.
it. But
he said that before too. When he did it was like, to be free, almost like to be, what's it called? Like a disruptor almost. Like everyone's like this.
Right.
Okay, I'm different.
Some people just,
People, she's an artist.
Yeah,
I was just getting ready to say that too.
Eric, our boy, Eric did it where he's been known for having the long hair, the videos for
and all that
years.
shit. He shaved that shit off.
He shaved it off, and it was like that's how
I
he's
still
feeling.
have the video when he came out, and I was like, no.
Yeah, because he surprised everyone with the bald head and stuff.
It just happened.
Yeah, because he didn't. He told me. I knew he was gonna do it, and I was like, he was just waiting like when to do it. And coincidentally, I grew my hair out. It was like we almost swapped the roles and shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like planned. He was just like, I
He
just
was
felt
like,
like doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Which
He
is
didn't,
fine.
he didn't shave his eyebrows. But that's for them to decide. I remember, and I think in high school, I shaved
Fuck your shit.
By accident.
by accident because I tried to line my. No, I tried to add the little cut, the little Puerto Rican cut. I tried to be Boricua real quick. I had a little cut. I cut too much off. It was like half of one was gone.
Oh my god!
I was walking around looking like I was stressed. Like people thought I was like, damn, this guy's going through something.
Yeah.
You know, on some Doja Cat shit. Like they thought I was going through something, right?
I still got this shit. I got it somewhere. I'll find it.
But, you know, Doja's telling you guys she's fine. So if Doja Cat says she's fine, then Doja Cat is fine.
Yeah.
Leave Doja Cat alone. You know.
Like, come on, like.
But she's been viral a lot. Remember last week we talked about the Stranger Things? Like, she's been viral a
Yeah.
lot.
And she lost a lot of followers because of that.
Yeah,
But,
I saw that, like
bro, I'm
400K.
telling you, like, she's done different. You ever seen the live where she's wearing like a full night suit? She's wearing a medieval night suit.
Yes.
And she was like acting
she's
like
role playing.
Yeah. I did see that.
It's Doja Cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She's quote unquote like what many would call like weirdo. She's into the weirdo shit, but
Right.
she's
an artist.
She's like a child still. She's still a child. Like she just does what the fuck she wants. You
You
know.
gotta understand too. That's probably why the label signed her.
100%.
Like, you know,
Because think about it.
There's room for people like that in the
Yeah,
industry.
bitch, I'm a cow. Is that like a Grammy award winning song? No.
But there's a space
But it's
for
like
it.
creative and like some people gonna fuck with it. That crowd, there's a space like Sam saying, and that's the space she fills, and she's still filling it to this day.
Yeah.
Now, are people gonna shave their eyebrows and shave their hair because of her? I don't think it's that crazy. And if they do, then I don't know. Maybe they need better parents. I don't think it's that deep. If kids are doing that, like, what are people scared of? Like, they're making it seem like she did something negative, right?
Right.
You know, that's not the case. But speaking of someone doing something negative, I guess Hulu is fucking up the Mike Tyson bag. For those who don't know,
I saw this.
have you seen the Mike Tyson
doc?
The show thing though that's been like previewed that he's talking
I
about?
have not seen that, but I
Really?
Yeah, I saw that Dana White stuck by Mike's side.
Yes, so people have been
dope.
posting it like, oh, people thought that this was gonna be the rumored up and coming Jamie Foxx biopic by Mike Tyson, but that's not the case. This is just a series, like a biopic TV show
He didn't approve.
that he didn't approve, but people thought he did because he spoke about this a while back, and people were like, oh, I guess it's gone. But then it was like randomly appeared. Hulu's promoting it. It's coming soon, I think this week or this month, and people were like, oh, so Mike might have approved of it, right? So like a couple days after the promo, the trailer dropped officially, they revealed the official actor, everything. Mike is posting this multiple times. He has a good team. Like, he's posting it everywhere, not just tweets, everywhere. He's saying, don't let Hulu fool you. I do not support their story about my life. It's not 1822. It's 2022. They stole my life story and didn't pay me. To Hulu executives, I'm just an N-word. They can sell on the auction block. He's taking it to that level because it's some slave shit. Like, they just own it. Like, they can do what the fuck they want, right?
Right.
Hulu is the streaming version of the slave master. They stole my story and didn't pay me. That's why I don't know. Because you guys did see the Winnie the Pooh horror movie? That they're dropping the Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
No, I didn't see that.
Because Winnie the Pooh now is free domain, public domain, after a certain amount of years. I think Mickey Mouse is going to be in 2022. But these are characters. Mike Tyson is a public figure.
Yeah.
Can you do that legally with a public figure?
This is interesting. This is his life.
Because they do that with like presidents.
So it depends on how they play it. They can state facts.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like journalism in a sense.
Yeah.
It depends on how they go about
100%. So Hulu wanted to take it deeper. They wanted to involve Dana White and probably get Dana White's side because there's a long history of friendship with him. And they offered him millions of dollars, Dana White, without giving Mike any money at all. They were offering Dana White. Dana White turned it down because of his friendship with Mike Tyson. He doesn't need that drama, right? I think there was more tweets, right? Yeah. Hulu stole my story. They're the Goliath. I'm David. Heads will roll for this. Hey, Hulu, again, I'm not the N-word on auction block. Slavery is over. Hashtag fuck Hulu. Hulu's model of stealing life rights of celebrities is egregiously greedy. There we have
what
it.
Does
So
he
life
mean?
rights of celebrities.
So what does he mean by they stole his story? Do they have
And the
rights?
model. Maybe they've done this before.
So maybe they have rights to this or something.
The last time we saw anything similar to this was Hulu with the Travis Scott documentary, but it wasn't Hulu's.
Oh yeah. But they took it down right away,
But they took it down just
away.
because of the scrutiny.
Right.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
there wasn't no legal shit yet, allegedly, right? Will there be any illegality with this? I feel like what's going to happen with the Mike Tyson situation is going to be similar to the David Chappelle situation, where he said, hey, Netflix, I don't own the Chappelle show no more. Stop watching it.
Right.
Everyone stopped watching it.
Right.
To the point that the Netflix executive, the new ones, the young ones, the new team there, tapped in with Dave. Listen, no. We're going to get you your bag. You know, not the Netflix, my bad. Damn, I fucked up. Comedy Central.
Okay.
Because they originally owned it. Remember Comedy Central? Because he left Comedy Central and stuff. That's who he was mad at. He told people to not support that because he wants to own it. He didn't even own Chappelle's show, the name, nothing. They owned that.
Yeah.
And then they gave it to him.
Oh,
and then
I do remember
that?
this. I do remember
They
this
gave it to
story.
him, right?
Yep.
I think the Netflix thing was separate. I forgot what that was.
That was a whole different.
That was some other shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's just that idea of a strong personality, a strong celebrity, having a strong backing following that their fans are going to support them ride or die, and they're going to say fuck you to the quote-unquote industry and the major corporation. And in this case, it's Mike Tyson versus Hulu. I think Mike Tyson's going to win. 100%.
100%.
And if he's not going to win in court,
you're winning the
ring. You don't want to battle. You don't want to fight him. You don't want to get that man angry.
Have the executive in the ring, you're going to get knocked the fuck out.
Yo, you do not want to fuck that. Fuck that up. But yeah, the comments, people going crazy. Whoa. We ain't watching it, champ. I ain't watching it. Heads will roll. Pay that man. I won't be watching.
Yeah, I probably won't be watching.
People are supporting him. Like, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Because people are confused.
Because like if I'm watching something about Mike Tyson, I want Mike Tyson to support it and co-sign it or endorse it.
Like,
that's like
I
want
it to come from him.
That's what I'm saying. That's like me watching. That's like the Mike documentary.
Especially he's alive
without Mike Jordan.
You know what I'm saying? He's alive. I can still hear it from him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Compared to someone who's.
That's what I'm saying.
away.
Like Mike Jordan did the same thing, right?
Exactly.
When he was during COVID, where he was dropping the shit every Sunday, whatever.
You watch Snowfall?
Not this past season.
But you know the concept of the freeway Rick Ross situation of this could be similar maybe because the way that they did it was it's just a show, doesn't say no one's name Rick Ross freeway.
It's just
the Tyson thing. I'm not sure if it's called Tyson. I'm not sure. It could be like that where they switch it up, like it's obviously his story, but they don't say
they don't say his name.
Could be some shit like that. They probably did that because if Hulu's that dumb and they're fucking it up, I'm sorry, man. Like that's. Come on, bro. Like they're doing the whole rollout. Like you have to know that you got to cross your T's and dot your I's when it comes to this shit.
I'm sure they had their attorneys in that office.
My God. But also moving on to other news, we have people reacting to this. We haven't spoken about this on the podcast real quick.
I haven't seen this yet.
Because we spoke about her obviously being in Russia, Brittney Griner, but she got 9 years. She has to serve 9 years officially. We thought they were going to do like a trade, like they were trading people. It got to that level. Something that you see in movies like international affairs.
Let's trade lives.
Let's trade lives. Like we're trading human lives. Like here's this agent or whatever, this criminal for another quote unquote criminal. Because technically she's a criminal now out there, right?
Yeah.
And this is what Boosie said. And he basically, he expressed what a lot of people felt, I say. I think it was interesting.
How the hell this girl get 9 years for a weed pen?
Weed pen.
And the USA ain't doing nothing about it. You tell me that.
Because it's Russia. That's the thing, though.
It's Russia.
You gotta be careful.
If that was Taylor Swift, it'll be a peace treaty right now. It'll be a slight. They'll be drafting to go to war. For a weed pen. 9 years.
Yo.
What that show for black women in the United States and the vice president as a black woman, you supposed to be on the front line.
Yo.
You supposed to be on the front line.
Yo.
To get that black woman out of jail.
Man.
9 damn years. Y'all fucked up in this world.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
We also have sent Ukraine billions of dollars. So Russia.
Oh, today, I think we sent the largest.
You think Russia care
ever.
about They don't want to talk about Brittney,
bro.
You sending the ops billions of dollars. You talk about Brittney?
This shit might be
please
to poke the bear, bro. It's like,
they're using her. It's sad because they're using her as a pawn to make a point, and it's wrong.
It's crazy.
It's the timing.
It's the timing.
Bad timing. Bad timing. Wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
Because I feel like a few years back, because I've heard like internationally when people travel, it's strict.
It's strict. Like even ASAP got in trouble, right?
Yeah,
there's been little stories of stuff.
Yeah. You know,
what's his name? 56 Nights with Homeboy. There's been stories.
DJ Esco and Future.
Yeah,
56
but
Nights.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
this is on a whole nother level.
Because they went through with everything, the trial, 9 years. Like,
oh my God,
what the hell? And it's like, what can we do?
Come on, nothing.
Because I doubt, like,
and I know Putin does not. What are we talking about? To him, it's like what we talk. You sending billions of dollars next door. You want to talk about,
bro? Putin. When it comes to sports, Putin has stolen, I think, Bill Belichick's Patriot Super Bowl ring. He borrowed it to look at it, and he just took it and didn't say nothing. And then Bill didn't say shit.
What's Bill?
No, not Bill. No, it wasn't Bill. Robert Kraft, the owner.
Okay, really?
And then Robert Kraft didn't say nothing. I was like, oh. He's like, fuck it. It's Putin, right?
Okay, I'll get another one.
Putin invited Michael Jordan over to Russia. He said no. Scottie Pippen said no. Dennis Rodman was like, yeah, come over. Now him and Dennis Rodman are cool. Not as cool as Korea and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But there's like relationships there as well. So Putin's tapped in. He knows about sports. WNBA, I guess he doesn't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about the W. It's crazy. And at the same time, it's not any WNBA player. It's one of the most iconic. Brittney Griner, one of the faces of that,
league.
And people, we'll never know. We'll never know if LeBron. We'll never know if Taylor Swift. We don't ever know, right? We can only kind of like predict, right? If LeBron was there, because obviously it's LeBron James, so we want to be like, fuck. A lot of people are like, shit, I'll fucking swim over there myself. Fucking LeBron, I love LeBron, right?
Yeah.
But it's Brittney Griner. 9 fucking years in Russia.
Shady, man.
If she makes it through, God bless, because I feel like that's gonna be like, man, I hope that they don't put her like through torment. Like, there's a lot of crazy stories.
And do they have like sentenced to 9 years, serve like 2, 3 over? Who knows?
I don't think it. I think that's some American shit.
Bro.
I think 9 years is 9, maybe more. They might we add a couple months.
They might put her in the front line to fight.
Bro.
This is not funny, but
it's like ridiculous. It's such a sad thing that you gotta laugh at it because like. If not, we're gonna be in this bitch crying.
It's absurd.
Fucking ridiculous.
Because we're gonna be in this bitch crying because we can't believe it,
bro.
Yeah, it's not right. And I think the fact that they're trying to make things, whatever point that they're trying to prove, is just it's shady. It's sad. I feel for her wife too.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean?
Who's trying her best to put it out, the story out there.
And my group chat brought up a good point. It's like this should open up a conversation about WNBA salaries.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't have been over there if she wasn't making like what $100,000 a year, $80,000 a year playing. She probably makes more because of her, but there's WNBA players making like $40,000 a year.
Yeah, they're not making.
That's crazy.
Like these bench warmers that the NBA make like $100 million,
$500K minimum, whatever it is, $100 million.
Wow.
$1 million minimum, but WNBA money is not money, bro.
Or who was it that John Wall made like $90 million last year? He didn't even play one game.
He hasn't played.
He didn't play one game. It's because of the ways these contracts are structured and like they're.
And Simmons getting the bag too.
Oh my god! Wow. So imagine that. And who owns the WNBA? Probably the NBA, no?
Yeah.
Because it's the WNBA.
Yeah. But I mean, I think to me, it's like it's another company that they're writing it off. It's a loss. They're operating at a loss.
Oh man.
And they have no desire to like to give women equal pay, which I think is.
Rest in peace, Kobe. Because Kobe was one of the huge, if not the hugest, especially when it comes to NBA advocates for the WNBA. Yeah. He was at the games, like that famous photo that always goes viral of him and Gigi at the games. Rest in peace, Gigi, also obviously his daughter. But man, if he was alive, this type of shit, like I would imagine, like the uproar.
Right, for sure.
He wouldn't hold his tongue. But at the same time, it's international shit. So you're like, you gotta like, because with China, LeBron, he spoke about it once, and then like he had to delete some shit. I think who else? The Rock. The John Cena had to apologize to China, literally in Chinese. Like he had to make a video in Chinese, talking in Mandarin.
Oh wow.
So it's like when it comes to China, it's like, ugh.
Bro, listen.
I think I can't even say that. I said China. I can't even say China.
Bleep it. Bleep it, bro. Bleep it. I'm telling you right now.
China. Say it like China, like orange in Spanish. China. You know.
No, bleep it.
Bleep it.
But Russia is like, and we've gone through it where it's like, bro, this year, a bunch of my reactions, they'll be all blocked in some territories, and there's only one territory, Belarus, Russia. So then the whole video gets demonetized, and it's like you can watch it in America, everyone can watch
Everywhere
it, but Belarus, Russia specifically, and it's happening to a bunch of YouTubers, and I'm like, they're censoring, allegedly, I guess, let me say allegedly.
Is it done during the war?
During the war. So they're censoring what people can watch out there. They can't, it's like becoming like a communist, like it's even worse, like allegedly, I guess, because this shit gonna be censored now. Let's move on. Fuck.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Free Brittney Griner. You know, speaking of censorships, the last topic before we get into a breakdown of a couple questions we have for Sam. Alex Jones. Another conspiracy, you know, perfect conspiracy. So for those who don't know, the quick rundown. Alex Jones, conspiracy theorist. One of my favorite, like, wild personalities to ever exist online because of his wild takes and his wild dedication to, like,
being crazy.
Being who he is. Like, he'll live and die by who he is. And it's like, a lot of shit he says I don't agree with, but it's like, this man has a point. And the stuff that I do agree with is some wild stuff. For example, he revealed, like, he went and he has it. I'm not sure if it's still on YouTube. They might have deleted it, but he had footage literally of going to a quote unquote Illuminati party with a bunch of millionaires. They had like weird masks. Yeah. He has raw, real footage confirmed. Like, is one of the main things that helped blow him up and blow Joe Rogan's podcast up early on because of this content. Like, so people like, oh, he earned his respect early on with that, especially with conspiracy theorists, because they're like, fuck, this guy really was in the heart of the lions then. Like, he was in there and he got this on camera and everything, and he had like people interacting with him. You gotta look at that shit up. It's crazy. Like, he got kicked out. It was crazy, right? And then from there, he's had other wild takes about encounters with aliens. Like, a whole bunch of other stuff is like questionable. It's like, all right, okay. And he reveals a lot about the government, the CIA. He's very anti all that shit, right? But whenever he chooses to, because he has a lot of takes with the Trump shit that I'm not with, it's like, whoa, bro. But then his own followers know that he can be very contradictory. So like his followers, they support him, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard to describe him. It's weird. Yeah. But when it comes to this specific situation, undoubtedly, like, people know that this is some idiocracy to the highest extent. So one of his conspiracy theories that he had, I think about 10 years ago now, Sandy Hook, the shooting that happened to children died in Connecticut, right? I believe so. Correct. Sorry if we're wrong. It's off the cover. I think it was Connecticut. Sandy Hook. You can even Google it real quick, Mark, because we don't want to be insensitive, especially because, you know, look what happened to him for being insensitive. You know, it was like, and that he took it to a different level. But obviously, we don't want to get even a minimal of level. What's it saying over there?
Connecticut.
Yeah.
And Newtown, Connecticut.
Newtown, Connecticut. Okay. So nearby us, you know, an hour away. Literally an hour away from us. So shout out to the Connecticut families and the lives that were lost. So he said that the Sandy Hook thing was false and it didn't happen, and the actors, it was actors, and like he was full-fledged going on with this during that time, right? And like he was going everywhere talking about it, and people were killing him. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is like,
and why,
bro? Like, he got the most publicity he's ever gotten. That was like almost canceled. He almost invented type of like a cancel culture almost, especially in the conspiracy world. Like, people are like, all right, Alex Jones went too far, boom. But then there's obviously still people that follow that and believed him. So that's why people were fucking mad. But now, one family, one parent. Or parents, one child's parents decided to do this case against him, and this has gone viral because this happened during the actual ongoing trial between him and the actually, you know, speaking to the lawyer that was like he was facing. This is what the lawyer of the children, the Sandy Hook parents' lawyer, revealed to him.
12 days ago, your attorneys messed up. They sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years. You know what perjury is, right?
His face.
I just want to make sure you know before we go any further. You know what it is.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. I told you, I gave in my testimony the phone to the lawyers before or whatever, and so you got my phone, but we didn't give it to you.
But you testified under oath previously that you personally searched your phone for the phrase Sandy,
Yo.
and there were no messages. You said that under oath.
Yes.
And you lied when you said it.
No, I did not lie.
Did you know that 12
You lied.
You lied.
You lied. You lied. Listen, and that was just like the craziest moment, but there was a lot of crazy moments like right before this, because I watched I was like going crazy about this because I didn't even know that he was like the trial was happening. I forgot. So I saw this go viral. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta go online on YouTube that you have it, the whole trial, everything. So I was watching hours of it. Bro, right before this, lawyer revealed this, he was like coughing like a lot to like kind of cut them off.
To
like fuck shit up in the courtroom, right? Throw the statement off. It's like coughing and they're like, and he had like some shit in his mouth at one point, and the judge was like, "Are you chewing gum?
Yeah, you good? Bro?
Are you chewing gum right now?" And he was like, "No, it's like my tooth. I have my gum sore." And she's like, "What do you have, like a gauze?" He's like, "No, I'm poking. I'm just my tongue. I'm chewing my own tongue." He's like, "You want to see it?" And the judge is like, "No, I don't want to see your mouth." It's like going so like, whoa, what the fuck is happening here? And then obviously they were playing. I told you guys off camera, playing clips of him speaking literally that day or even the day prior, days after. He was doing his show while he was still on trial, like trashing the lawyer, and he even had someone else like working while he was there working for him, like one of his friends co-hosting and saying this is all scripted. There's a whole script. They're just doing the script. The lawyer's doing the script. The judge is doing the script, and they were playing that in court. Like how can you not be your own bro? And then on top of that, obviously the worst lawyers in the world he has because, bro,
send emails to the wrong.
What the fuck, bro?
Perjury. Literally committing perjury before our eyes. Went viral. People are going. I'm waiting to get like Joe Rogan, like his quote unquote friends, Andrew Schultz, people's like reactions. No one said nothing yet because this is fresh news. It just happened.
Right.
But this week we're gonna get it. But my reaction is like, bro, wow. But karma happens, right?
So how much did he lose?
So $4 million was like the initial payment, but then the punitive fees or damages. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't know about the legal terms. I know it's damages. I forgot the first word. Added up to like on the next day 44 or 45. So in total it's like $50 million he has to pay in total, right? Now this is a guy who's a millionaire, so this is not a major loss, but it's gonna obviously affect him.
Of course.
And on top of that, you're opening the floodgates. This is one parent. You know, how many? Can you look it up real quick, Mar? How many children died? Unfortunate. It's like we gotta look this like is
8 to 10 probably.
26.
At the Sandy Hook?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought it was much lower than that.
26 people. 20 of the victims were children, between 6 and 7 years old, and 6 were adult staff members.
Oh my god.
It still happens to this day.
Oh my god! I know it was that many. I forgot it was that many, man. That's how it is, man.
Yeah,
we get so prone to it, like that shit just.
Yeah.
But then let's say to just be surface level, 50 times 20, that's what fucking over $1 billion, right? Technically, right?
That's no joke.
What you said? 60 mil times
50 mil.
Yeah,
50 mil. 50 million times 20. Sorry guys, we're not math majors. I am actually good at math. I think it's $1 billion. No?
It gotta be because. Hey,
once
letters
put it sideways. Watch, I learned a trick.
Oh yeah, that is what.
Once letters start showing up, you know
Put
you're
it
fucked.
sideways. What does it say? $1 billion? $1 billion. Okay, I know. I'm good at math. I'm all right.
Sheesh.
So, bro, $1 billion, and that's at minimum.
At minimum,
because that's what they can prove that that's worth the damages.
Yeah, because if one person.
Exactly right. Listen, Alex Jones, man, this is crazy. Idiot. So like at the same time, it's like I've had my fun with him and he's entertaining, but then it goes back to show you like obviously karma happens in this world.
Right.
So when you do shit like this, is this God telling him like you're done?
Bro, what brings you to think that something like this is made up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kids literally
I
died.
get you're into conspiracies and all of this shit.
Like 9/11, that shit is like I get that.
Right,
like the Twin Towers.
I can understand how
someone went and shot up a school and killed children and staff members.
And the parents are actors.
Right. And what would be the whole point of that being fake?
Yeah. But then maybe, I don't know if it was obviously strategically, he did apologize, and now he's like, you know, he's giving his reasoning, I was dumb, whatever, boom. But at the time and during those years, he was making upwards of $800 to like around $1 million a day off merch and off supporters. A day. Which I didn't even know until the court revealed it. I think nobody really knew. It wasn't public information until now. It's like, God damn, this guy was that rich, or still, he's probably obviously still rich. Like, so now they know that they want to, and now that they have these texts, they want to get in his pockets. So, guys, lawyer up properly, get the proper assessment. Right. And Alex Jones fans, comment on below. What is the future of Alex Jones? I don't know. I got to check update currently. I'll probably check this week, like, if he's still doing his show. Infowars.com. Is he still broadcasting? Is he talking about what's happening? I don't know. I'm assuming he's going to have to be, because he's going to have to pay. He might double down. But now on the Sandy Hook, he might double down on something else. And just some new shit. Or the newest shootings, God forbid. Oh, my God. No. Listen, man. It's sad.
Crazy times.
I love, like, people who, like, stand by what they do and, like, you know,
their opinion,
and might do some shit that I might not, because, like, okay, this guy's wrong, but he's like, fuck everyone. I'm like, oh shit, sometimes I'll own up to my mistakes. He's just fuck. Oh, he's brave, but there's a difference, and there's a thin line between bravery and stupidity, and he crossed over into the stupidity line. Like, stop. Stop. That's why, like, oh, he apologized. That's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough.
You got to go to court now. Like, you're fucking up with these people's image. Because now there's a whole following.
Something that happened so long ago too, and like you're just kind of like.
I think the mother
poking the bear again. And,
I think the mother had like they got death threats, bro, and everything. Like the family, like that type of level, because of the conspiracy. The conspiracy theories believing that, like they've gotten that type of hate mail and shit. They got to that level.
There's children involved in this shit, bro.
Right. There's families that are just trying to put this
like,
behind them.
Come on, bro. What, bro?
And that's the kind of fucked up part too. Is like people like this is years ago, and they're trying to move on. They're trying to like live their lives.
It's traumatizing.
And now you're just bringing this back up and
it's
just
traumatizing.
kind of poking the bear again.
It's traumatizing, and that's why in some aspects you can see where some parents it's so traumatizing. It was like, I don't even need money because it's not gonna bring them back, and people get that. But these parents were like, they were savvy when it comes to legal shit. Let's get that money, bro.
I'll sue the fuck. Oh my God, bro! I'll sue the fucking shit out of him, bro.
Listen, but there we have it. Topics for the week. Comment down below what's your favorite. Share your opinions, obviously. We appreciated Albert's commentary. Albert.
I get that all
the time. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it right now. Literally
I get
right
that
now.
all the time.
Sam Albert, but Samuel Albert. Top 1% realtor in Rhode Island.
Sam Albert.
So, the name. Sam Albert, but it's just short for Samuel. Your full name, Samuel Albert?
Samuel.
I'm
Haitian.
So it is the 2 L's?
No, it's one L.
No, so the 2 L's are just for Instagram.
It's just for Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else had my name.
Okay.
That's literally the only reason why there's 2 L's there.
What's your nationality?
I'm Haitian.
Haitian.
Yeah, both my parents are from Haiti.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We're neighbors.
Yeah. Yo. Samuel, okay. Damn, that's why you could have been at the fest yesterday then. Technically, I saw a bunch of Haitians out there.
I bet.
Shout out to Haiti, man. You know, damn, okay, I see. Okay, that's dope. All right. So is your family, do they have a history similar to mine where they were immigrants and they came here to have
100%. Yeah. So, I've been learning more about my family history, especially my parents as of lately. But I think my dad came here first, or my mother. My mother was the first of her siblings. I know that much. But my dad and my parents came here. They had my brother and my sister in New York.
Wow. Okay.
And then I was born in
how many siblings
Providence.
Do you have? 2. Okay, so you have a brother and a sister?
I have a brother and a sister.
Are you the oldest,
I'm
youngest?
the youngest.
Yeah, youngest.
Yeah, I'm
wow.
the youngest.
How old are you?
I'm the baby. I just turned 30.
30, okay.
I just turned 30. I'm 30.
Oh, wow. Okay. How's it feel to be 30 now? Is there any difference? We're getting closer, so we got to know. The same?
How old are you? Don't remind me,
I'm 24. He's
24.
I'm 26.
26.
Man, I think it gets
a little... say you're fucked.
No. I'll just say you're fine.
Oh, you feel why? You feel old when you heard that? Cause
I don't feel old. I don't feel old yet.
I'm always joking with them. Every year they get closer. I'm like, yo, I'd be hurting more. I don't know about you.
I think like from like 28 to like 32 is your time to shine. Like I think you hit your peak. I think you just kind of something happens where like this is your prime. I believe. Really? You make more money and you can you're still young enough to go out and spend that money and just kind of blow it. Yeah. So you're having more fun in that aspect.
Yeah.
but it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. You start to think about life a little bit differently. You already have a son, but you start to think about things differently. You also begin to feel like you're running out of time, but you're really not. 30 is still young.
Yeah.
Like I always say, I'm gonna be 75 or 85 in a nursing home or wherever I'm gonna be, looking back at 30, like, damn, I was young. You see what I'm saying?
I hope I remember.
But yeah, but you do get to this point where you feel like you hit 30, like, oh, what am I doing with myself?
Yeah.
You feel like you're running out of time, or you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be because you're comparing yourself to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start to think like, all right, no, I'm actually still really damn young.
That's something that Issa Rae tapped into a lot, especially this last season of the last 2 seasons really of Insecure on the show, about that like quarter life kind of crisis and like people in their 30s and like feeling that type of that type of lifestyle and everything. Mm-hmm. And it's true. I can tell, you know, I'm not even 30 yet, but I can feel it like gonna be possibly a thing, because I'm already going through like the changes of emotions and like the battery in my back. But then it's like, is it because I have a child, or because I'm getting older? Because there's still people my age
you're
that
24.
go party every day.
You're 24.
I'm 24.
Because you have a child.
Because I have a child.
Yeah. 24, you're still super young.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's also good that you got your son out the way too. Because I think by the time like you hit your 30 and you're feeling kind of what 30-year-olds are feeling, you'll feel better knowing that you have a kid that's self-sufficient and kind of 6 or whatever, however old he's gonna be. Yeah,
because by 30 he'll be in kindergarten. Yeah. Technically, 6 years old is kindergarten. That's gonna be crazy. Starting school and stuff when I'm in my 30s. Right. That's when I'm really gonna be feeling old.
Yeah, you will.
Dropping them off, picking them up. Because I'm not sure. I'm not with that school bus. I appreciate the school bus. Yeah, but my mom was never with the school bus. Oh no, my mom was picking me up and dropping me off like crazy. Like she was.
Why? What was her reason?
She was very paranoid. She's still a paranoid woman. Very paranoid woman, bro. Very, very.
You religious or no?
Very. Her family's religious, but the family's very superstitious. Okay. Superstitious. So my mom has Haitian blood on my family side.
Oh, word.
So my dad has more of like a Spaniard lineage, Dominican, like the white Dominican. But my mom's like the Afro Latino pure, especially her mother. And I've learned more about it, and it's like from the Haitian, like the bloodline from like I have a Haitian, I guess like great like uncles and type of energy. So they're very like the witchcraft, everything, the witchcraft, the voodoo, the magic water, everything. Like they're into that, the cards, the lottery, the numbers, everything, right? Mm-hmm. So superstitious, like, you know, no, you can't. No, the school bus, blah, blah, there's bad luck. And if something were to happen, let's say, it's almost like she almost speaks into existence. Because if I were to go on the bus with the one day, something happened that day, and she's like, oh, that's what I told you. That's how she is.
Right.
You know, that's how she is. So it's like, I'll be thinking that with my son. I'm like, I'm going to have to be the same way. Just pick him up, just drop him off, blah, blah.
You missed a lot, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it was fun times. Yeah. Nowadays, it's different, though. There's a lot of BS going on that
really? I kind of... Or are you just older?
I feel like it's more calm because I asked my oldest niece, be like, oh, like, you know, this and that, and she just tells me, and I'm like, damn, y'all are boring.
Listen, for years since I started driving, when I pull up behind a school bus, little kids, middle finger at the back of the window.
Look at you now.
I'm like, damn.
I don't know about you, but when I pull up, I used to be like that. I didn't want to pull up to the back of a bus. I'm gonna fucking start middle finger to the kids, and
because that's where the cool kids be, right in the back.
I
didn't
was kind of in the middle.
I didn't even get looked at. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Where do you go to school here? Like
Mount Pleasant. So I went to times 2 for. Let's start at middle school. Times 2.
No, not times 2.
Times 2, and then
nothing bad about it.
Isaac Hopkins.
Okay.
They got kicked out of times 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened there, real quick?
I got a funny story.
Let's talk about it then.
Yeah. I still haven't.
If you're willing to share,
I still haven't told my mom the story. So I don't think she's gonna see this, but maybe she will.
Oh man,
you're gonna get your ass beat
one day.
Days.
I mean, yeah, one day. So, 6th and 7th grade, I went to Times Square Academy, which was near Chad Brown.
Right.
And at the end of 7th grade, I received a letter. I got home and got a letter. I kind of knew of it because they put me in the office, but they sent a letter home, and my mom was working, and I got home.
Yeah.
I saw the letter. So, They kicked me out for grades and academics and behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I got suspended. I wasn't the best student. I got kicked out. And then, so I don't know what I told my mom, but we had to go to Providence Public School, which might have been on Prairie Ave, wherever it was, the school department.
On Public Street or something?
Around there.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget this day. Wow. I don't remember why this lady that was God. So she's on the computer and she's like, all right, so we're going to put you in Isaac Hopkins. You were promoted to the 8th grade, right? Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you're all set. I was supposed to stay back. So they kicked me. Not only did they kick me out, but they was trying to keep me back. So for some odd reason, I don't know what happened, but I thank God because I met a lot of my same friends at Isaac Hopkins, and my
So
life
friends till this day.
To this day.
Wow.
Yeah, but and we went to high school together. Went to URI together. So
Hopefully she might have just been doing like an alley-oop, like without making it obvious.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was her fault, if times 2 dropped the ball.
Someone did something behind the scenes.
Somebody did something behind the scenes.
It's like when you see those TV shows and stuff when the kids like hack into the school system and change their grade.
Right.
Someone did some shit behind the scenes. Imagine. Yeah. Or maybe it was just God. I think it's just God.
Yeah. So I went to times 2. I went to Isaac Hopkins, Mount Pleasant, and then URI.
Wow. So Mount Pleasant, the whole time there, did you do any sports there in high school?
No. So football for like a short period of time, and then I started working at the age of 15.
Really?
So school would get out at 2:50. By like 2:55, I was on my way to work.
Where do you work?
3 to 7 at Golden Crest Nursing Home. That was my first job.
Nursing home right away?
Yep.
Wow.
In the kitchen. From 3 to 7, like 3 to 4 days a week, probably.
Wow.
So I didn't have time for sports.
I went through the same shit.
Yeah.
You had to leave to go to.
I used to work.
Didn't you leave sometimes early school?
Yeah.
He would leave early sometimes,
to work,
bro.
right?
To go to work. It was real.
Yeah. So I had to I had to help my mom out.
That's how it is.
Bro, that's such a crazy, like that concept of like even having to leave, like being 15, 14, leaving school to go to work.
Right. So yeah. So I was a poor student, but I was not lazy. You know what I mean? I was driven by other things.
So what did you want to be while you were doing this? Did you have like,
in high school?
Yeah, like I'm gonna be this. Football didn't work out. Did you want to be football or?
I wanted to be normal.
Yeah.
I wanted to do what my other friends were doing after school.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was. So I just knew like I have to work hard to get to college, and to be in the healthcare facility, in the healthcare world. And I kind of ended up there, but that's what my mom drilled into me. Like,
yeah,
you have to be, do something in the hospital or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what we kind of measured as success. Was that, but I never got the chance to be a normal kid.
You never really got the chance to be like a teenager type
No.
shit, right? I feel this man completely, bro.
Nope. And to this day, it it's a gift and a curse because I can't stop working. But it's tough.
So URI, what's your major?
So I went into URI. I almost got kicked out of URI. To get into my GPA was low. Wow. To get into URI, I had to call G from Talent Development. Some people that are watching this will know.
Oh yeah, he tried to kick me out of Talent Development.
Well, he looked out for me because I had to call him in a classroom at Mount Pleasant towards the end of the year. Like, I haven't heard anything. Please, can you let me know what I can do to get in?
Shout out to Talent Development TD at URI one time. Jesus Christ.
I was a bad student. So I came in looking at speech pathology to be a speech pathologist.
Okay.
It wasn't working out. I just was not a good. I couldn't study. Like, I got distracted. The whole nine.
Yeah.
So I switched over to computer science, which I'm freaking amazing at computers. So I could have did that, but I wasn't focused.
I did that too.
And then I went to human development. I ended up at human development, family studies, and health service administration. So then I ended up getting a job for Lifespan and everything like that.
Wow. And then what was your specific title while working at Lifespan, and how long did you do that for?
So I was a case manager, so I was working with kids that were on the spectrum.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on the autism spectrum. So
so you graduated in 4 years and straight out of or?
What do you think? I was a super senior. Yeah. So 5
6?
years.
Oh, five.
No,
Okay. Five.
Oh. 6 is pushing. 5 years. But yeah, I was working with, even while I was in college, I was working with kids on the spectrum.
Yeah.
And just working with families and, you know, adolescents, and little did I know that would change my life, because that's how I met the person who ended up being my mentor, because I was working with her son.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is the person that became your mentor and led you to now
to real
estate?
Real estate? Yeah, she convinced, you know, she helped me buy my first house. She got me to do my first flip.
So break that down real quick, that concept. Like, what was this mentorship? Was it a situation where, I'm looking from the outside and I'm thinking, did she go, yo, you need to do this to get money? Like, this is how you get money?
No, this is a good question. So she essentially, I was working with her son, or her sons actually, because she has like 2 sets of twins.
They were on the spectrum?
No, just one.
Okay.
But I ended up just helping her do errands.
Yeah. Okay.
Helping her do this. She was a realtor. So, Sam, can you like type up this for me? Can you do this? Like, hey, like I can teach you this. And I was interested. I'm like, yo, like, tell me, like, what's this all about? And
a sponge, being a sponge. Yes.
And just eventually she taught me like everything I know on how to structure deals, how to like make things happen. Like,
wow.
She taught me how to make a deal.
What, can we shout her out? Do you want to shout her out?
Sarah LaRosa.
Sarah LaRosa. Shout out to Sarah LaRosa.
Like, till this lady changed my life.
Wow. That's like, that sounds like some movie shit, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah.
Especially because you hear now the actual, you know, result, you being a top 1% realtor and everything, now full circle. How long ago has it been since then, since you met Sarah and now? What's the age years?
Ooh.
I don't want to make you feel old. I just want to get perspective.
I might have met her in 2011.
Wow.
Maybe 2011, because I graduated 2014. So I might have met them around between 2010 and 2011.
Wow. And so now, express that transition. Now you're working as a case manager, lifespan, and now you are hearing this advice from this woman that you're friends with the family. Now she wants to basically naturally, without, you know, strategically. I don't feel like it was a plan. It was just some natural stuff. Just become a mentor happened to you, to become.
I don't even
same as her, right? Because that's all she did. It was the same exact thing that you do now.
I don't think she even was trying to have me become a realtor.
Really?
No, I think she was just trying to get me to invest.
Yeah.
And I did. But then ultimately, you know, I bought a 2-family. I started thinking about how to make money with 2-family, and then I'm like flipping a house. Started to flip a property, and now I'm like, okay, I can actually, let me try to get my license to do this.
So when you buy that first 2-family, when was it? What year was this?
15.
2015?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think. Pretty sure it was 15.
And did she helped you throughout the whole thing, or was it like
helped me through,
throw you in the ropes? You learn now you go do it.
You learn. No. So this is what Sarah did.
Yeah.
So I always tell a story too, but long story short, Sarah essentially heard me say, yo, I kind of want to buy my own house because I want my own space. She's like, you should do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it, blah, blah, blah. Here's a loan officer. Here's this, here's that. So she pushed me to that. And I actually bought my first house with my, it was me and my girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was both of us. But I got my first flip. And then I borrowed money from my dad for that first flip. But yeah, from there it took off.
Oh my God! So then that's dope. So then, what was it? It was in like in Providence, Rhode Island. Was it
Cranston?
Like
Cranston? I bought a 2-family in Cranston. For like $175.
Wow.
Like 175. Let's call it 175. 2 years later, I sold it for like $240.
Wow.
Maybe $230.
That's good. And then that experience yourself, coming from, you know, everything you've done, like literally working while being in school, and then now you are put in a situation where like you have a good job now, working with people on the kids on the spectrum.
It was not a good job at all.
It wasn't really like good.
I was
paying?
making like $30,000 a year.
Oh wow!
And that's where I was stuck. That's where I was not. I was living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, because people hear lifespan and you hear this, you might think like,
Yeah.
oh, it's medical, so they get paid, but it's not like nursing level payments like CNA traveling. Not it wasn't. It was just something to get by.
It was case management.
Wow.
And it was like.
And did you have school student loans at the time? Was student debt much or? Yeah.
I had more in student loans than I was making.
Oh my God.
So like I was probably like $40,000 in student loans.
So then now doing that first flip, what's that feeling? Is there some alleviation with the student loan? Are you now kind of like, damn, I'm kind of.
No, because I made mistakes. My first 2 flips, I made a ton of mistakes.
What are the major mistakes?
I tried to flip a house while it was occupied with tenants. You can laugh at it now.
How many tenants?
There's probably people out there still trying to do this.
How many?
So it was a 2-family. I bought it for $125. The second floor ended up leaving, but the first floor just would not leave.
Oh man.
And
but now you know about obviously the whole what my dad be saying with the sheriff. You can hire someone to kick.
But
him
you have
out,
to go
no?
to the court. You have to go through the court process before you can get there.
Yeah.
That's ultimately that's what ended up happening.
Wow.
So
yeah, 'cause I've heard stories like crazy people. Some people like scare people out because they don't want to leave. And there was like a Spanish stereotype they be saying it. I'm not sure why with like Puerto Ricans, like the Puerto Ricans, like they do not leave.
Listen,
and I've had my own Puerto Rican friends.
My second flip.
My Puerto Rican friends say the same
second
thing.
floor, they were Puerto Rican. Oh my God. Shout out to Puerto Ricans, but
no, it's all love. It's all love. They talk about it themselves.
Yeah.
They say it themselves. It's like a thing. Like they live here. We stay
and
here.
it's not just them because like
it happens with all
it happens with everybody because in the first flip they weren't Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
they were something else, and they
remain disclosed.
They were not trying to leave.
So you didn't flip it, obviously, with them.
I tried to work on the second floor, I think, while they were still there. Ultimately, they ended up leaving it a mess.
Wow.
So I probably made barely anything on that, if anything.
At least broke even.
But I knew something was there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like, something's here where I can make money.
100%.
So I went on to the second one. That was a fail.
A loss? Yeah.
It was a fail. Big time. They actually ended up foreclosing that house.
Wow.
But I didn't stop. I don't know what my next move was. My next move was actually to get my license, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what possessed me to do that, but I did. And the rest is history. I just never made the same mistakes from there. I just kept learning and learning and learning.
And what's the one, because you said, let's talk about the negatives first, because I feel like you have some crazy stories. What's the craziest experience you've had throughout your journey of now almost damn near a decade of being a realtor and, now top 1% realtor in the state of Rhode Island, small state in the country, but some of the highest valued properties. Like we already spoke about it earlier, like the Martha's Vineyard, the whole presidents come here for vacations. So it's like major realtor, like type of like, frenzy over here. So your experience now, damn near a decade, what has been?
Well, I've only been licensed 5 years.
Okay, so you've only been licensed 5 years.
Since 2017.
So explain that idea, because you said earlier, like the idea, like you got licensed and you didn't know why you did that or whatever.
Yeah, that was 2017. So I got licensed.
Because you can sell houses without being licensed.
Yeah.
So why the licensing to become?
I wasn't happy with my job.
Okay.
I came into it because I was already immersed in it.
Yeah.
And I was looking to not only save money on the flips. Shout out to Sarah. I try to cut Sarah out.
Yeah.
But I also needed. It wasn't it. I was making $30,000 a year. I was like living paycheck to paycheck. I was like in debt.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I wasn't satisfied.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. So I got my license. And it just, it took off.
So and you go.
So because I've been wanting to get into this thing. So by getting licensed and shit like that. So you was working under someone selling houses and stuff.
Under a brokerage, yeah.
Before licensing or after licensing?
No. Once you got licensed.
Once I got licensed,
right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I was trying to figure out. Because I'm assuming the majority of people obviously start under a
Or brokers, yeah, because you have to have your license for 2 years before you can become a broker.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. No, it basically was gonna be just that, because that concept of the licensing, but then you specified, so you only been licensed for 5 years. What is there a main? Because that's when it really counts, or what is the difference between like unlicensed sales and licensed sales?
So you can flip a house and as a seller sell it.
Yeah.
Right, but you have to hire you don't have to, but you're gonna want to hire a realtor.
Yeah.
To professionally sell it, put it out there, market it, do everything for you.
Okay.
Right, but if Victor wants to, if Victor said, "Yo, I bought this house, it needs work," blah 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 blah, you can sell that house. I'm gonna help you sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was an investor.
Okay.
But I entered into a space as a real estate professional when I got my license. So
Okay.
I was helping people buy and sell property. So I was helping people that I went to URI with buy their first property, whether it was a single family or multifamily. I was helping people from my church buy property. So I entered into real estate as a professional as I was still investing.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's two different things. Actually, as an investor, I think most investors make more money than realtors, and people don't know that. People want to become realtors because they think it's cool, but you make more money as an investor than your average realtor.
Wow, that's a gem right there. So when it comes to because I didn't know, it was pretty interesting, because I feel like, and wouldn't you say you probably know more than me when it comes from the outside and looking at this world? I'm thinking in 5 years for you to be licensed, going from first license and now becoming top 1% is rare, no? That's a major fast climb, right?
It's extremely rare.
I feel like people go decades trying to even get to that level.
God is good. and I mean that. And I think I'm grateful and I'm blessed. I've seen numbers that people, they will never sell as many houses as I've sold in a year.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think.
You hear that, DJ Envy?
But I think I've gotten to that point because I truly I've always wanted to make an impact on people. And I approached real estate the right way.
Yeah.
I think too many times people are coming into, and it's a pet peeve of mine, but I never want to discourage people from getting their license or trying to better themselves and come into this space.
Yeah, but speak on it.
But it's a pet peeve of mine when people try to become a realtor because they think it's cute. You want your white BMW and they want a part-time job. That's your first mistake.
Yeah.
When you're just trying to do it for a check.
Yeah.
Right.
You're probably not going to be as successful as somebody that is doing this and that has a why and that looks at real estate as a relationship type of business.
Okay.
When you look at it as a transactional business, you lose.
Yeah.
And luckily for me, I was in human services prior to this.
Yeah.
And I looked at real estate as human services.
Yes.
So I was genuinely helping people, genuinely being there for people. And I think people sense that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I tackled my sphere of influence genuinely. And I was just, until this day, like I'm very relationship based. Like I have builders that like I'll go over their house and have dinner.
Wow.
Like birthday parties. Like these are my clients, but these are my friends.
Right.
So I think that's how I've gotten to that point. So
Yeah.
I think God is good, but I've also been able to look at real estate from the right perspective, and it's a relationship type of business. It's not transactional, and I think a lot of realtors coming into this make that mistake. Lastly, I also think, this sounds cliche, but you have to, the successful people that are in real estate, real estate kind of found them. You know what I mean? They didn't look at it like, oh, I'm going to go do this real estate gig because, there's so many realtors. It was like over 6,000, 7,000 realtors in the state, 10,000 agents, and it's ridiculous numbers.
Right.
So everybody knows a realtor. But real estate has to connect with you. Those are the most successful people, where like somehow, some way, it was a family business. You knew somebody that was a realtor, or you started investing, or you fell in love with it somehow, some way. Those are the best realtors, in my opinion.
Pretty much
there's
how
a
it
ton
happened
of
with you.
Yeah, and there's a
100%.
ton of good realtors out there for sure.
Wow. No, I believe it. And just from outside looking in, seeing your social media posts, you have these, you know, evident, you know, you go to a lot of parties, weddings, you were very social, and there's a lot of client friendships, the posting, people being gratified and grateful of, you know, even knowing you and like everything that you've provided them. Like people, I see all the time, your posts, and it's like it validates that concept, and it's true. I'm like, damn, I can see the difference here between his post and like another realtor post.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And at the same time, the humility and the humbleness he shows, you know,
it's genuine. It's 100%
genuine.
genuine. I don't take this to the head at all.
Yeah, I can tell you seem to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, you seem to be the type to, God has put you in a position where, quote unquote, for lack of better terms, you can flex, whatever, but you don't want to. You don't need to, because that's not who you are.
It doesn't sit
It's,
right
it's
with
not,
me.
it feels like wrong.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's the
100%.
same way, where it's like, especially depending on how you get that type of money or whatever, especially in your situation where it's like you've seen it all, you've been through it all, you can't come from nothing, and then now you naturally get blessed to, you know, like literally when the school situation, you got blessed by a woman. Now you got blessed by another woman who now has become your mentor, and now look at the path that you, so for you to kind of just say, fuck this shit and blow it all and like go crazy with it, you would be doing yourself a disservice because that's not how you got here.
I'm not where I envision myself yet.
Really?
I'm just getting started. Talk about like 30 years old, like I feel like I'm just now like starting my career. That's crazy as that sounds.
I didn't know you were, I thought you were maybe 32, 34. Not because like the people like I know that I've known like the Nasty and the J and like, you know.
Yeah, they're like 2 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm like, he has to be around. But I'm like, oh, that's true. And I saw the birthday post. I'm like, oh, he's 30. I'm like, wow, he's younger than most of these guys. Like really. So now talk about that. You're 30 years old, top 1% realtor. And let's even break it down when it comes to this. 2-part questions, but I'll ask the first one. In Rhode Island, 1%, you're young. What is the average like realtor age? Do you see a lot of like stereotypical how I would expect like older, white, established, especially to your level? Because there's a bunch of obviously newcomers, young people trying it out. But to your level where there's top 1% dealing with big market, big name, guess.
Yeah.
Is it like that, where it's like you're always the youngest in that room?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
sort of. There's a couple of like youngins out there who I've met and who are super cool. But I'm still kind of like the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the average? Like, it's always like
it's typically 45-year-old white men.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Typically. Yep. Or a white woman. But I can walk in the room a lot of times to be the only black person there.
Yeah.
I can walk in the room all the time and be like the youngest person there easily.
Yeah.
That is changing though. There's a bunch of like young realtors out there as well. But, it's by far like I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah. And speaking of that feeling, I'm not supposed to be here. When it comes to stereotypically Rhode Island, it's a state that it's statistically 83%, average 80% white population, and you being a black realtor, not just a black realtor, one of the best realtor without any color put on it, but obviously you have to face the fact you are black in one of the whitest states in America.
100%.
What is that feeling? What has been that experience for yourself?
It was intimidating at first.
Yeah.
It was very like, having to kind of put on a face at times when I was, especially because listen, I was young. So when I got my license, I was like 25. 25-year-old black kid coming into this open house with his black clients trying to sell this house. Are these people qualified?
Yeah.
It was a lot of that. Now it's a little different, and I humbly can say people know they know my name.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten like the Karens trying to like be smart.
Yeah.
I'm like, I put in my work, I've done my education. Like, actually, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, I probably have more experience than you at this point.
Yeah.
Even though you're 50. Because I've seen so many different scenarios. I've worked with so many different like people. Like, you know, we're not dealing with the hedge fund, the trust fund babies. I'm dealing with people that work hard every single day, and they're trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be tougher for them to get a mortgage. So we have to be creative. I have to know how to make this work. I have to know how to negotiate. So that's where I get the edge at this point, where I can walk into a room and feel 100% confident, like I know what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you understand it. You understand it. You understand, like, someone, even breaking it down to the concept of, like, coming to you and I want a home. Like, someone wants a home. And, like, they're struggling, but they want that home.
Right. And that touches me every single time. That's that relationship thing. That's that why, right?
100%.
It's like understanding that I want black and brown people, millennial people, to own a home early.
Yeah.
And I understand the benefits of it, of equity. That is, to me, like my biggest why.
Yeah.
100%.
That's crazy. No, I can feel it. I can already tell. And what's the number one question that people ask you when it comes to your line of work, being a realtor? What's the number one question?
How much do you have to put down? That's probably it.
Really?
Yeah.
And what's your answer? Obviously not the amount, I would assume, but what's your? It's like
Guess what the answer is? It depends. People hate that
another
answer.
question. A question for a question. Yeah.
It depends.
It depends.
But and the reason why it depends is because, like, right now, like, prices have gone up, so $10,000 probably can't cover your down payment. But Rhode Island Housing is giving you $10,000 towards your down payment. So if you were to go find a condo for like $200,000, actually you're not putting any money down.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go buy a house for $400,000, then the answer is 3.5%. All right, but you could still get $10,000 down payment assistance towards that. So there's different. It depends. Or maybe you don't want to go with that program. There's different programs that you put 3% down or 5% down. It really depends on what you're looking for. On average, for a first-time home buyer in Rhode Island right now, you need like $14,000. Because you know what I mean. That's an average that I've kind of come up with for my clients. That includes like closing costs and all that stuff. It can be as low as like $2,000. I've seen people get a check at closing as a credit if they're doing like no money down. It depends, but on average, anywhere from like $10,000 to $14,000, you can buy yourself a house.
Wow. Do you have a team or do you just work by yourself?
I do have a team of. I'm really grateful for them.
How many?
It's four agents.
4 agents.
Yep, and then I have Natalie, who's my transaction coordinator.
Oh wow! How long have they been your team? Is it like a new team, or has it been right away?
It's newer. So, I started a team probably like 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
But it's grown to where it is this year. Especially last year. I think it was crazy last year. But we're at a team of 6, including everybody. And everybody is kind of either servicing clients that I have or clients that they may have as well. So it's a team of 6 of us.
Wow. And is it a situation where they're all that's their job full time? Is like that's what they do now? They're on your team.
Yeah. I think they're all agents full time.
Wow. That's amazing. You know. And when it comes to the craziest experience you've had when it comes to an actual client, so obviously client and what's it called? Client and something privilege. Client and what the lawyers say?
Client, right? Client.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
client attorney privilege. I'm not an attorney though.
Exactly.
But it'd be client attorney privilege.
Exactly. So share what you can, obviously, even if you had to change names up or whatever the case may be. But what's the craziest experience you had with the client? It could literally be anything. I feel like, looking from the outside in, I feel like you've seen it all. I know you've only been a licensed realtor for 5 years, but I feel like you've seen a lot.
I've seen
of
it
shit
all.
in 5 years.
Even before I got my license, I've seen craziness.
Yeah.
Just like the second house that I was flipping.
Yeah.
Caught fire.
Oh my God.
On the 3rd floor.
How?
Fire. Bless you. Old wiring.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to flip this house. I think that was my last straw. I gave up. It was like, all right, God. Like
God literally lit this bitch on fire. It's like, oh, stop.
I had prostitutes in that house.
Oh my God.
I used to see them all the time. Prostitutes, like, I'm trying to flip this house. It's fully occupied.
What the hell?
How?
See, now if he had a different mentality, he'll be like, let me go in there and get some services. he's like, let's get these prostitutes out of here. He's a good guy. You know, there's a difference right there.
It's bad. Like, so that might have been my craziest experience, is trying to flip a house where it was like it was the livest house. The police knew about that house.
Is there
246 Amherst Street? I'm gonna take a picture in front of that house.
246
Amherst Street. That's off of Manton.
Yeah.
That's right here.
That's next to my.
That's next to our crib.
That's next to my crib.
246 Amherst Street.
Why do I think I know exactly what house
you probably do? That house looks nice now. It's nice.
It's probably not the same house. But the house it's probably owned now by the people, the housing around that area.
No.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, not one neighborhood or any of those guys.
Yeah, one neighborhood.
It's owned by just a regular.
Okay.
Yep.
Because they're buying everything up around that area. Going crazy.
So after I let it go, somebody had flipped it, put it on the market. So that house, from what I've seen, it looks really nice now.
Wow.
But that's probably the craziest story. I don't know if I have a crazy client.
How about
story.
something like positive, the most proudest moment that you've had as a realtor that you provided to a client? What's been your most proudest moment? Obviously, you don't want to. No one's better than nobody, but it's like there has to be one moment personally to you that was like, "Fuck, like this is crazy that I did this."
I can't even pinpoint one thing, but I know what gets to me the most.
Yeah,
is single mothers.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking of a whole bunch in my head right now. That gets to me.
So that's like it's multiple. You've dealt with this a lot. Really, single mothers.
Yeah.
Wanting to buy a house.
My favorite, and I'm gonna go to bat for them every single like hard. They gonna get what they want. Like, because it just my mom, like it brings me back to my mom. Like,
yeah.
Most of my childhood, I was raised by just my mom. So yeah, it's just single parents. Like I have stories of like them just crying, like especially when the market was shifting, where it was just a seller's market.
What year was this? Like around?
This is like last year. Last 2 years.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to shift to a buyer's market, but just them not being able to find anything and just like not happy with living in their current apartment where the landlord's taking advantage and raising the rent, and they just want to have their own home, or the kid has nowhere to play, and they just want their own yard. Right. They just want to I had somebody that shared a room with 2 kids.
Yeah.
1 bedroom. Like, I just want my kids to have their own room. So it's stories like that remind me, like, yeah, I'm making an impact on people. And this is not just about numbers. It's not all about, I sold a lot of houses. Man, screw all that. It's about the people, really. Yeah.
No, you're leaving real groundwork, legacy behind.
I get pictures like, oh my God, I bought my house 2 years ago. Like, just, man, like that stuff. That it's fire.
That's great.
It is real fire. It's real life. Like, this is where people live and lay their heads every single night. Like, they create memories here. Like, they make babies here. This is like, this is their home. Right. And like I was a part of that. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. It's not about the number one black realtor. It's not about the top 1%. It's not about you sold this, you sold that.
Fuck with them labels.
It's cool at the end of the year when I can like look at my growth, but nah, it's about my clients. About the impact. That send me pictures, that say thank you. That's all I care about.
Yeah. That's true, because everyone likes what's it called in high school? Superlatives? Superlatives, like, oh, I won best dress, I won best this and that.
It's cool.
Where are you now, though?
Yeah, right.
Where are you now, though?
Right.
That's not a shot at anybody.
Where'd you go to high school?
Central's neighbor? Purple? I don't know.
Where's classical?
Yeah, classical. Classical, yeah. Classical, man. Classical 2016?
You ain't gonna let that one go.
Should have been my award.
God.
But speaking of someone, just in general, like, let's say I'm coming to you. It could be a single parent. It could be a whole family. That idea of, I want to buy a house. Run me through that process. What's your key advice to them in a brief summary, in a brief, like, in layman's term,
for someone that doesn't understand the whole real estate vernacular, break it down in the simplest way. So how can I buy a house?
I'll do two things. I'll give kind of my advice, and then I'll kind of give a super quick rundown of how to buy a house. But the number one thing I would do is talk to a realtor, even if you're not ready. You don't got to be me. It's not a shameless plug. Yeah. But you got to talk to a realtor.
Because they charge to talk? Is it free talks?
It should be free.
Yeah.
It should be free. I remember when I was buying my first house, the process was just it seemed like this foreign thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the heck was going on. I didn't know what my rights were. I didn't know what I could do, what I could negotiate, I didn't know. And I'm sure Sarah was saying like, hey, you could do this. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Right.
And I use that. So every single client that says, hey, I want to buy a house, I do a consultation with them. Okay. Every single one. Unless they've already purchased a house already. Just to go over the process. Just so they're clear on it. Because real estate also moves super fast.
Yeah.
And realtors are all over the place. We're all busy. You're so busy.
Yeah.
That's how it gets. And I feel like a lot of time buyers feel like we don't take the time to I'm guilty for it myself. Like we're all over the place.
Yeah.
They may feel like we don't take the time to actually answer their questions or be like, hey, do you need anything? Like, here's where we're at in this process. It's kind of like I find you a house. Now you got to deal with the mortgage company. It's silent. It's crickets.
Yeah.
So the first thing you got to do is you want to talk to a realtor just to understand the process. A realtor from there should connect you with a loan officer. So the people that are going to give you the mortgage, right? So Bank RI, Citizens Bank, whatever, Bank of America, these local lenders like Movement Mortgage, Fairway Mortgage, a bunch of them.
Right.
A lot, right? So you want to talk to one of them, and they're going to say, hey, you make X amount a year, and then you have this in credit cards, you have this in student loans, you have your car note. Based on how much you make versus how much you spend, this is what we can approve you for. We can give you a mortgage for $350 or $400, whatever that number is. Once you get that approval, that's when a realtor like myself comes back into the picture, right? So I'm going to say, all right, this is your budget. Now I know what we can do. Where do you want to live? You want Cranston? You want Providence? You want Johnston? Whatever it is. And that's when I go out and help you buy the house. And long story short, we go through open houses and showings. If you get your offer accepted, we do our inspections. And then typically from the day that they accept your offer to closing, it's like, I would say 30 to 45 days on average.
Okay.
So it's a really quick process once you find the house. But that's the process in a nutshell. There's so much more that goes into it. But
let me ask you this: what would you say would be the minimum income that you technically need in a year?
I love the fact that you just asked this question.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I've seen people that make $100,000 and they are approved for less than somebody that makes $45,000.
Really?
The reason for that is the person that makes $100,000 also upgraded their lifestyle. So now they have the BMW. They're at crib every weekend. They have $50,000 in student loans. They max out their credit cards. So you have all this debt. Yeah, you make a lot of money. That's cool.
Right.
But you don't keep any of it. You have no savings. I've seen people make like $200,000 a year with no savings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't get too much into that's the difference between me and a loan officer. I don't see the finances.
Right.
But I can kind of see. It shows up on the back end.
Right.
Based on what you're approved for. But I've seen somebody go back to that single mother who values her money, saves every chance she gets. She's making $45,000 a year. She's driving her regular car, that small note, nothing crazy, nothing fancy, because she has a bigger picture to get that house first.
Right.
So she can go get a better house than the person that's making $100,000 a year.
Gotcha.
It depends on your debt. So what we call is debt to income ratio.
Oh wow, that's an income ratio.
Yeah,
I
need to go sell.
That's like the first time somebody has asked me that question. I like that.
And when it comes to the idea of the low income a year, like Marlon says, what's been like the lowest that you've even seen, and you still have made it possible to make
that? See, that I don't know.
'cause
a
like you
loan
said, he
officer
doesn't
would,
really see
a
it.
loan officer would tell you. But I mean, I'm sure. So that's the thing too. When I was just getting started, like 5 years ago, probably like $30,000. You can, I mean, obviously I did it. So 30,000.
That was 5 years ago.
That was
bro.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
When you can buy a house for 150, 170.
Right.
Now,
A house that was going for that is like 300.
yeah, I can't imagine that. You know, what I mean, unless you are really good at saving, but you know,
Yeah.
you might want to get to a certain point where you're like, all right, so my full-time job isn't paying me the best, but let me go pick up a part-time job and make this work.
Right.
And maybe I can go get a multifamily so that I can have some extra income coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe I don't have to work the part-time job anymore. And stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to, okay, now I was gonna get some good questions. When it comes to right now, because people see it online, they might not even know about real estate. You hear the rumors. We're dealing right now in 2022 with inflation. We're in a current technical recession happening, and there was a situation where the houses were so expensive that people were, selling them at a certain price, but to buy them, you would have to offer higher than that asking price.
Right.
And everyone saw it. We have you here in the building right now, top 1% realtor. So we're hearing it from the actual horse's mouth, the actual, first person perspective. You as a realtor, what is your perspective? What is the actual answers to everyone's questions? Like, what is going on, in the past year to now this year, where people are saying that, is the house market going to crash?
So here's what's going on right now. These past 2 years have been, what we've seen was, the pandemic was great because interest rates were down to like 2.3 at some point. That's insane.
Right.
And people were staying home more. So people wanted to upgrade their houses. Right. So there was already a housing shortage.
Right.
So people were putting their house on the market, and because there was so much of a demand, right? You have all these programs. Hey, you can buy a house with no money down. We're giving you $10,000 towards your down payment. Interest rates ridiculous. It's super, super low. People, it was cheaper, right? 2 years ago. Now it's a little different.
Own a house than to
own a house than to rent, especially if you're doing a multifamily. So everybody wanted to buy. There was not enough houses. And it became a bigger problem when people say, hey, I want to sell because I have a lot of equity, but where am I going to go because there's no houses?
Right.
So it became this big thing. But if you were selling, because of the demand and no supply, so I put my house on the market and it's going to sell. I'm asking like $350. I'm getting a dozen offers, 12 to 15 offers on this house. And people are like, well, I'll beat that person. I'll beat this person. Or I know you're asking $350, but I'm gonna give you $425, all because of supply and demand. Right. So what happened this year specifically was the feds raised the interest rate. Inflation. They're like, this is crazy. Like this is bad. So they took that 2.3% and bumped it up to 6.25%. So 6.25. Insane. Maybe even higher. I'm not a loan officer.
Wow.
So what did that do? That actually took maybe my single mom client, and she could afford at 2.3%. She can't afford a house in this market at 6%. So you get those pool of buyers that are out.
Right.
They're out.
Yeah.
My CNAs are out. My mom wouldn't be able to buy right now. I'm just using examples. Right.
Right.
This is real life.
Yeah.
They're out. So now what that does is the open house line is not as long, and I'm not getting the 12 to 15 offers. I'm getting 1 to 3. So the demand's not there.
Right.
So now that's what we're gonna see as the prices begin. I'm already seeing it in my flips. Like, I'm not getting the 5 to 6 offers that I was gonna get last year. I'm getting about one on my last.
Wow.
So I can say this because I know it. We're shifting into a buyer's market. Sellers haven't realized it yet. Buyers haven't fully realized it yet either. So that's just because of interest rates. So people are priced out, and supply and demand. There's still demand because so there was an article last week that came out. We are officially last when it comes to building in the country. We're not building enough. I don't know why that is, but we're just not building enough.
New houses?
New construction, yeah.
Construction.
We don't have a lot of land. We do, but we don't. Lumber played a part in that, but
it's just expensive.
Yeah, it's come down. It's at a new low for last year, but yeah, it's crazy right now. But we are shifting into a buyer's market. And I think it's a brighter outlook for a lot of people who are like, finally, like I don't have to like fight. You know what I mean? I don't have to go pay $30,000 over asking. I had a client last week. We put an offer in, and I had a good feeling. I knew we were gonna get it. I haven't felt that in like the last 3 years.
Wow.
Crazy. So
let me ask you this.
I'm gonna buy. It makes me happy that my clients are getting their houses accepted.
Let me ask you this now then. Obviously for everyone is different. Obviously because you know different positions, economy wise, and all of this shit. But it's like, for example, someone, let's say low income. I'm gonna put myself in there. Someone who makes like 30, 35,000. Hell no, probably like 30,000 a year, something like that. Should I even consider even looking into something, you know, now or in the upcoming year, compared to like, should I wait a little bit longer, especially since you said that the market is going down and stuff like that. Not only that, also with everything that's happening in the world, we don't know how you know how everything's gonna shift and all of this shit. So,
couple of things. I would get to a point where you know where you're at. So whether that's sitting with a loan officer and they're going to pull your information, if you're working full time, right? And the answer may be like, no, right now.
Right.
But they should be able to tell you, here's what you need to do. You need a game plan.
Right.
You need a game plan. Right. So that's what I would say. If you are ready to buy right now, I would say do not buy anything right now that you don't see yourself living there in the next 5 to 7 years.
Gotcha.
Because we don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I don't think the market's going to crash like it did in 08 because there was a ton of other stuff that were happening.
Yeah.
But we're going to somehow, the demand's coming down a little bit because of interest rates. So the prices are going to come down a little bit. Foreclosures are going to be back up because of inflation and recession, whatever. Yeah. And COVID. I still think the banks are holding on to their foreclosures. They're just not letting it go quite yet because the values have been on the rise. But we're going to start to see those stuff. We're going to start to see some more opportunity for people. But in the event that prices go down, you don't want to be like, damn, I want to move to LA. And then you just bought a house for $350 in 2022, and now in 2023 it's worth $315. What are you gonna do? You better be able to rent it out.
Right.
So if you're buying right now, you need to see yourself living here for the next 5 to 7 years, or you need to rent it out. You need to be able to buy something that the rent will cover the mortgage.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling all my clients right now.
No, I like how you're being honest and realistic because there's such like a fine line because obviously you want people technically if you were, which you're not greedy, you don't, but the average greedy realtor, you want people to buy houses. Oh yes, the market's always good. It's always good. It's always great.
I've talked people out of deals.
Wow.
All the time.
See, I like that.
I talk people out of deals, like,
that's dope.
and because here's what's gonna happen because you're gonna push somebody, and that's the other thing too. I don't consider myself a salesperson. I'm in human services. You'll hear me say this stuff all the time. I'm in human services. I'm in the relationship business. If you come to me and you say, "Hey Sam, I want to buy a house," there's a need there. I'm not gonna convince you to buy a house.
Right.
We're gonna go out. We're gonna find the house that you want, whether it takes 6 months, whether it takes a day, whether it takes 3 years. I can't make you love a house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So the same way I can't push somebody, I don't want to push somebody into a bad situation because they're going to lay their head at night stressed over a mortgage payment, and they're going to associate me every time they see my face on Instagram with this freaking house.
Yeah.
That is true.
And when it's time for them to sell, guess who they're not calling?
Right.
A lot of realtors don't think that way.
Yeah.
Too transactional.
Too transactional, too greedy, money hungry, and it's like I get it where it's like if you do a good one time, like that's all I had to do to get that money.
Nice.
Let me do it 10 times more and make that 10. It's like and it might work
it's
every
nice.
time.
Yeah,
it's nice.
You're not doing right by people.
And when it comes to you, I see all the time. I feel like you're building houses. Like,
oh my god, that's all I'm doing right now.
Really?
I love it.
How many houses have you built in total? You
between for myself and for like helping
Yeah.
my investors, call it 20.
Wow.
A little less than 20, but call it 20.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. From the ground up too.
Ground up. Like,
So explain that process of you, because people obviously buy a house, flip a house, but you, what's the difference now? Why am I seeing this where you're actually building a house from the ground up? Is it a foreclosed home? Are you buying land and building a house on top of it? What is this process?
so the
Also,
flip.
what's the difference?
Yeah. So I started looking into new construction because the flipping got too saturated. You were getting like everybody was a flipper, and great because there was an opportunity there. But
Right.
yeah, but now it's too saturated, right?
Mm.
So I gotta look somewhere else. And there was a big opportunity there. And I also built my house where I live now. So
That was the first house you built, or?
that was the first time I ever built.
Really?
So I knocked it down and built it. So that gave me the knowledge
Yeah.
because I went through hell.
Yeah.
Kind of not really, but
Yeah.
somewhat.
Yeah.
With that house, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not that bad. So I was like, there's some opportunity here because not a lot of people know how to do this. Everybody's kind of flipping, and the margins are getting slimmer. There's not a lot of foreclosures. The market was strong. Like there was nothing to really flip.
Right.
So that's where I started looking that way. So that's primarily what I'm doing right now. And then again, we just talked about it. Like we're last when it comes to building. So there's a demand there.
100%.
There's a big demand there.
Is it more affordable
Yeah, that's what I was
building
gonna ask.
than flipping?
Would you recommend actually buying land and building your own stuff? Obviously, you're gonna build what you want.
It's so for your own house, it's more affordable.
Yes.
Right. So you can buy a lot. These are real numbers, but maybe just easy numbers. Buy a lot for $50,000. It's gonna cost you $260 to build. That's $310. That $310, that house is probably worth like $425.
Right.
So if you were to go and try to buy a house just like that, you're gonna pay $425, or you can build it yourself, and now you're all in is $310.
Now,
God damn.
Another question: Is it
That's
the
how
same,
builders make money.
Yeah.
Is it the same process? Like when you go, you're like, oh, I want to buy a house. Going through you getting connected to a loan person, and is it the same process?
So
or?
flipping and building is a little different.
Okay.
You want to use what we call like a private lender, and that's just a group of people, a corporation, or a person that is an investor and says, "Here, here's $300,000 to go invest, or whatever." Right.
Right.
But they put a mortgage on the house, on the flip, or on the land, and it's just like a regular mortgage, but it's just a little different. You can't go get the traditional mortgage like if you wanted to buy a house on North Main Street. You can't. You're gonna put 3.5% down there.
Yeah.
Right? It's just different. This is when it comes to investing, it's a whole different ballgame.
Gotcha.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's where it gets. That's where it gets crazy. Yeah. But I mean, I do my pop-up seminars on this stuff, and then I have a home buyers class that I'm dropping soon. So
yeah,
all this stuff. I'm gonna be in that bitch. 100%.
Oh man, and express that that feeling of, because I feel like, I don't know, for some reason it's so more inspirational to me, like without even doing it myself, just looking at the concept of building something from the ground up, like from zero to now having this value and actually being something that you can touch and is so big. And we'll pause on that, I guess. I don't know. So it's going crazy. But you know what I mean? Like literally manifesting a tangible creation. An asset. Yeah. What does that feeling feel?
It's amazing. And I drive around Prov all the time, and I'm just like that feeling never gets old, man.
Like
I
that
can't.
Was your idea type shit.
Yeah, I can't wait till my kid can like grasp that concept. Like my dad built that house.
That's wild.
That's crazy. And that house is gonna be here for the next 100, 200, 300 years.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. Talk about like leaving a mark.
Insane.
That's legit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I feel like that's why I say I'm just getting started.
Do you have a goal when it comes to like, obviously your goal is to inspire people, keep pushing.
Yeah.
But do you have like a number goal when it comes to like even like building houses? Like you already built 20. Do you want to build 1,000?
I don't even know how many houses I've sold this year. I don't.
Really?
I tell you guys, like I look at the end of the year, I know what it is.
At the end of the year, you're like.
But I might look like at the numbers like midway through the year. I don't think I haven't done that this year. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Put my head down and pause and just work.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a numbers goal. My ultimate goal, I think, is probably to be a developer, like to freaking develop malls and plazas and stuff like that, or big housing, hotels. Maybe. I think that's my ultimate goal.
Yeah.
That'd be fire.
While still having my license, obviously, but that's probably my ultimate goal.
Oh my God.
But as far as like on the smaller scale of like, you know, I mean, I have a number in my head that I would love to hit this year. Obviously, the market has shifted, so that's probably not going to happen. But I don't look into it. I don't look into it too much. Just show up and help people.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have like,
yeah, this real estate is, now you see why I fell in love with it.
No, 100%, and especially when it's like you're coming from a perspective of like someone like you that's very passionate about it, and you're speaking about it because you've seen it all and you've seen the results and you appreciate the results and you relate to the results. It's not just like, yeah, I sold 10 houses in last year. You know, it's like I did my thing. You know, it's like what's the next question?
Yeah,
it's like I feel like that's a stereotypical like money maker. Like, we see the movies and shit, and I get it. It's like, bro, I get it. Top dog, your dad did it, so you did it.
Right.
Like, okay, 20 years of doing it. Oh, yeah, you own the mall. Actually, your family owns the mall. I know, I get it, but like when you see it raw in front of your eyes, especially obviously someone of color, similar, like looking it's like you see yourself in it, so it's like even much more inspirational and much more like, this is fucking doable.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
Have you had any like inspirational moments of that feeling, like where we spoke about it earlier, where you walk into a room of doing what you're doing and it was like, fuck, like no one looks like me, but now you're one of the best at this, like it's at this actual skill, and it might still, obviously now it's like, oh, it's still people don't look like me. You're crossing that barrier.
Right.
Does that feel like, do you ever feel like, okay, this is my mission? Do you ever feel like that mission statement of trying to be that pioneer or that, you know?
Yes and no. I think my mission ultimately has always been to provide value to people and to help people. But I've realized that I'm doing that not just with clients now.
Yeah.
So I'll get like realtors coming up to me like, yo, like you're killing it, like, yo, keep doing your thing. And I don't take that lightly. I really, really appreciate that, and I tell realtors all the time, like, if you have any questions, call me.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was coming into the business, like, there's no like guidance really. I had Sarah in my corner, but Sarah has she had 5 kids.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I couldn't call her when I'm trying to put a contract together at 11 o'clock at night. Like but I always want to be a resource to people, right? So what fulfills me is like doing my pop-up seminars where random people come and they just want to learn how to flip a house, or like I get a realtor like saying, hey, I just want to pick your brain. Like, I'm an open book. Like, yeah, what's up? Like, what are you going through? What's that's where I feel like fulfilled.
Yeah.
100%.
No, it's just, man, and when you're so giving of the knowledge, I feel like it's the best because, you know, you understand the situations. I feel like a lot of people gatekeep information. Yeah. In every single like industry and facet. Like I see it in the shit that I do. I'm pretty sure it happens in your stuff. You know, to the point where, like you said earlier, you were like, they better not charge for consultations, but I'm pretty sure there's like people that like, especially you, like you have the top 1% realtor, you're like, maybe now I'm gonna charge for every single consultation, every single conversation in my life has to be paid. It's like, no, it's like you are who you are. Like still, like you still haven't lost that.
Yeah, I want to provide that same value and keep the same energy that got me here. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I think that's taking advantage of people and just kind of like getting a big head.
Why still Providence? Why Rhode Island? Why this market in Rhode Island? What's the value of this market being the top 1% realtor here?
It's easy.
Yeah.
I think Rhode Island is easy for multiple things, right? I think Rhode Island is easy to start a business because it's so small and word of mouth goes a long way.
Yeah.
You do right by people, people are going to repost you, people are going to talk about you, and they're going to want to visit your business.
Yeah.
They're going to want to support your business.
Yeah.
I also just love Providence. I don't know. I think there's just something so unique about it where it's just a melting pot.
Yeah.
You have your Peruvians, you have your Cape Verdeans, you have your Dominicans, you have your Haitians.
Yeah.
You have your white folk, your black folk, and they can all be on the same street.
Right.
And they can all get along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can all be dope and do it, I love it.
Yeah.
I really do love it. I think there's just so much more growth that can happen here as well. And I see that when I'm realizing that I'm getting people from Boston coming down, calling me like, hey, I'm moving down to Providence, looking to buy, get investors from New York buying. There's just a lot of opportunity here. Like one of my biggest clients is my cousin from Brooklyn, and he just invests in Providence.
Wow.
And there's just so much opportunity here.
Yeah.
I can't imagine living somewhere else. I just can't. Not yet.
Yeah. You don't see yourself becoming like these fancy like really reality TV show like real estate in Dubai.
Not Dubai. If they want to pull up like selling New England, I'm in that.
I'm in
that bit. Like
yeah.
with a bag at. I'd love to, but
what's your reaction to like that stuff, like the Property Brothers and everything that's like the realtor lifestyle being on TV?
I think some of it is relatable, but it's fluffed up.
Yeah,
it's fluffed up. It's not all shits and giggles. It's stressful.
Yeah,
like we're dealing with people. So like I gave you all the nice stories too, but I deal with tough clients. I deal with arrogant sellers. I deal with a lot of tough people. I deal with frustrations. I have deals falling apart like all the time.
Yeah,
it's not all like, you know what I mean, pull up in the white BMW that you see these Atlanta realtors pulling up in every single time. It's not.
Yeah,
they're marketing themselves.
Yeah,
right? And they're putting on this, I think, persona because people want to do business with people that they can relate to or people that they like, and that's their job to like make real estate look like an experience, like it's fun, which is, I get it. I respect it though.
Yeah,
I respect it.
What has been like the craziest flip that you've done that you would say?
Socket.
Woonsocket?
Yep, 24 Prospect Street in Woonsocket. There's actually a video on my old YouTube channel.
Really?
Made a lot of money on that.
Really? And until this day,
it's all public records too, so that's the address is there. 24 Prospect Street, Woonsocket.
And that house is so other people is still there. It hasn't been reflipped or anything. Like, do you know?
No, I just did it like 2 years ago, maybe. So I'm sure I hope they're happy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're still there.
That's amazing. And now
but it's crazy because I sold that for 301, I think. That house I could have sold today for like 400.
Really? And it's a crazy split because of the value that you
values were going up,
and the value you were buying it at. It was like a steal kind of.
Yeah. For the low. That's the cheapest house I ever bought. But yeah, I mean, I probably could have sold that house today for like 389, not 400, 389 ish.
Wow.
But I sold for 301 just like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy. It's so crazy to me, like the concept of even like the constant selling and buying of houses, because like you see it all the time. It's like you pass by them all the time with something like so big,
right?
And I deal with something like smaller, like sneakers, and something that's like quick, and like you feel like, oh, people wear sneakers every day, and you would think like, oh no, it's not. It's happening like at a constant base every single day. There's deals every single day. Yeah. What's been like the funnest or like the wildest experience? I like one of these like open houses and like that whole concept of like going to see a house and like people there like sharks all trying to buy the house at the same time, or
last year was crazy, man.
Yeah,
people walking in with like gloves and masks throughout COVID.
Oh my god.
Actually that wasn't last year, that was 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Last year was crazy too, but 2020 was a zoo. Like I think people that were coming into the business between like 2019 and 2020 were like, this is normal. They thought this not. Yeah. It was like, I'm talking like 70 people in a house.
Wow.
Like with COVID, like just craziness. Wow. All while tenants are living there. So it was a zoo. And you imagine like being like a tenant and it's like 100 people walking through your apartment during COVID, touching your. It was happening.
That's legal.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'd be tight.
Because we
let them know ahead, but it's like
you have to know 48 hours notice.
Right.
But because Gina Raimondo declared us as essential workers, she said real estate is essential. Thank God.
I was considered essential too.
Yeah.
I worked through all of that shit.
Yep, we were essential. So it is.
Didn't get
It was,
any-
Massachusetts was not. They shut down for a little bit.
Wow.
But we were essential.
Definitely essential. I mean, it goes hand in hand with your human service,
100%.
statement, which I love. I feel like I never heard a realtor in my life say that, but when he breaks it down, it's like,
People need to sell, and I think we needed to be essential. People needed to make moves. People needed to move. Like, what if you have to move for work? Like, it's essential. Yeah, 100%.
Now, last question. Post that I saw you make on social media of the idea of you being now, who you've always been, Sam Albert, but now you're top 1% realtor in Rhode Island, and you're hanging with your friends. You're just being yourself on your off days from work, and you took some time to reflect, something along the lines of like, damn, it feels weird, or like embarrassing. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Like the embarrassing feeling of me in these conversations with my friends, people I grew up with, or new friends, but just in general, my friend group. And when it comes to my, salary and my success, and you compare it, even sometimes without trying, just by regular conversations, and you sit
That's
back
what I was getting ready to say.
and you look at it, and it's like, damn, like it's that weird feeling. What is that? Express that more.
It's uncomfortable in a sense where I never want to come off as like arrogant or like what's the right word, or like just with this big head. But what I found, because remember, like I just turned 30.
Yeah.
So I was like 29, 28, making like money I used to dream of. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not rich, but
Yeah.
just money, like
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
decent money. And just like hearing conversations of other people my age and peers, like stressed over this, when I'm just like, no. Or like having people come by the house where it's a nice house, and it's like, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because somebody has put this, I think Steve Harvey might have put this the right way. It's like, you work hard for these things, but you don't want to, it gets uncomfortable when the gap is just like getting wider and wider. But it takes a while for you to just get used to it and just be proud of yourself. But you also feel guilty because you feel, I remember where I came from, right? Single mom. My mom probably raised me on like $23,000 a year as a CNA. And I feel guilty at times where it's like I want to give back more. It makes you want to give back more. But it's a blessing, and I think that is the biggest reason why I try to give back so much. Like, even if it's not monetary, it's just like doing these free classes, doing these free seminars, whatever it is. But yeah, you get to a certain point where, money isn't the problem anymore, and you have other problems, but it gets uncomfortable to hear like different conversations of people still like having money problems and everything like that.
Yeah. Because you can't relate. Literally.
The relatability is
in that moment. In the past, yes, but currently you can't relate no more.
Yeah, and it's not even always about money either. I think sometimes it's just like where you're at, right? I'm sure you guys are seeing it. You guys are killing it right now, and you guys you're locked in.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are locked in here, but you have friends that are probably doing God knows what.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you're gonna feel like I can't relate to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a shot at anybody. Like, I love my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I have friends that are doing like better things than I'm doing, like amazing things. It's not that, but it's your peers, right? The people that you've grown up with, and it can even be family sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? You get to a certain point where you're locked into your craft. You're in your zone. Like, I would love to be in Block Island today. Nah, I'm actually trying to like work on this home buyers class. I got a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think the aspect of me not being able to relate to people that I've like been so close with, or like that I've was born and raised with.
Yeah.
It's grown at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
Some people will take that the wrong way. Some people will be like, "Oh, he thinks he's better." Most of my friends won't because they know who I am.
Right.
But you'll lose those people where
100%.
Where it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna lose those people where you just feel like,
Yeah.
Yo, I'm trying to build. Like I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm locked in right now. But you'll get the people that feel some type of way about it, and you'll see it. The dap is no longer this. It's kind of like, what up?
I hate those.
Yep.
Yep. It's all good though, because we don't need people like that.
Yeah.
You don't. You really don't.
That shit used to happen in school. I used to be like, I used to tell them, yo, do that again.
But, yeah.
Like, restart that.
Right, because now, what's that Drake line? You used to have secret handshakes to confirm my friendship.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they just shake my hand to hide the tension.
Bars.
Drake got a line for everything.
Yo.
I feel like the older generation always says that about Jay-Z, but like our generation is going to always say that about Drake.
Yeah.
Drake always has a line about everything.
That's a fact.
Real quick, you have the Dreamville shirt. Are you a fan of like
J. Cole's my guy.
Your favorite rapper ever?
No, Ja Rule is.
Ja Rule?
Ja Rule and 50 Cent, my favorite rappers ever.
Wow. But is J. Cole in your top 10? Obviously. Yeah. Yeah, I love J. Cole. I think he's the best rapper right now. Like
he's
this year, especially last year too.
He's still killing it.
His freestyles, his features are really always good. The Benny the Butcher verse was like verse of the year almost.
Yep. And even when he's having fun with it too. Like I love when he's having fun with it. He did the Bia feature.
Yeah.
When he does those, I'm like, yeah, he's I love that Cole.
For sure.
But yeah, Cole's my guy.
Yeah, 'cause I saw that. I was like, you never know, this guy might be signed to Dreamville.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm Dreamville's realtor. Sometimes on the weekends in North Carolina.
That'd be nice.
Every other Tuesday in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you never know. Nah, but man, it's been a pleasure.
I appreciate
I could do
you
this for
guys.
20 hours.
No, I can be here all night,
Sure.
and like I can talk real estate all night, all day long.
Because it's like a good conversation. You know, you know how to talk. You know how to like. You're not shy about the knowledge that you're just sharing. You know how to share it. You know, so I can. You know, I know why these customers feel how they feel.
100%, bro.
Thank you.
100%.
It's like it's like I want to like buy a house right now.
100%. I'm saying, especially when he started talking about his past life and the fact that I can relate so much to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That meant a lot to me.
Yeah,
like,
especially the working in the school shit. That's true.
Yeah,
that's
that
what it's
meant a
all.
lot to me.
That's what it's all about to me, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, like there's a reason why I'm able to connect with people, and this is the reason why like I don't want to leave Providence. There's a connection here for me. Like Rhode Island is, I can pack up and start another. You know, I know how to start a real estate business anywhere.
We're in LA right now.
Right.
Probably it's gonna be hard, but I can be there. I can start. I can make good money.
Yeah.
But there's something about here that I'm impacting the people that I went to high school with. Oh, you sold my sister house. Oh, you went to school with my sister. Oh, we was in the same church. Like, oh.
Yeah. That community aspect.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what drives me, man.
I feel the same.
That's what it is.
I love
that's why.
And no matter where you go in the world, you can go to Dubai tomorrow, you can go to Alaska yesterday. They're always going to ask you, where are you from? And it's always, what's home? Providence, Rhode Island.
Yep.
So it's like, why not be proud of this shit? And just, and you're living here right now.
Right.
Fucking own it. Fucking own it.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day.
100%.
You know,
100%.
but, you know, it's an honor to, you know, have the person who's going to help me buy my next house. My first house.
Let's do it.
I said next like it's like already happened. Not yet. One day, you know, right here, but beside me, 100%, you know, very inspirational conversation. It's been an honor for you to share us your time. I know how it is being an entrepreneur, the time, the value of time. So I definitely appreciate you, you know, stopping by the studio today and talking to the people of Providence, Rhode Island, and to the world of YouTube, the CA podcast.
Yes,
We're grateful. So
hey,
thank you.
Thank
man.
you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
thank
And
you for
salute to
stopping
you
by.
guys. You guys are doing what you're doing.
I'm trying.
We all see it.
Trying our best.
Give you
Any
guys your
last words
flowers.
you want to share to anyone listening at all? Your fans, your people, your
I don't
customers.
got no fans. Stop
Listen,
that.
you go up with the Dreamville shirt. I was like, this guy's like, oh, you might be.
No, I
signed.
mean I'm on Instagram heavy, so if you guys have any questions, just reach out.
What is
the
it, bro? 'Cause I'ma follow
smallest
you
the
right
smallest questions is Samuel SAMUELL.Albert. The smallest questions. I get calls all the time, like even people that have, you know, like other realtors. Like, you know, I'm like, hey, I can't act in that capacity, but I can answer your question. So I get those questions all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm here for the community. I'm here to help people. So like if you have like, hey, I'm going through this right now. I'm going through the process. Is this wrong? Or, I'll answer in the capacity that I can, because I get those all the time. But don't hesitate to reach out. I will be doing an online home buyers class, hopefully dropping in the next month or so. So that'll be available as well. Okay.
There you have it. Make sure to support him, support everything he does. Because why fucking not? Right now we have him right here.
Yeah,
the fucking, I'll say the best realtor in the fucking state, the best realtor in New England.
There's a lot of good realtors out there, man.
Sam Albert right here.
I haven't met them, nah.
We don't know who the hell they are. Yeah. We know you, so that's all that matters. We're gonna be biased over here at the Cap Corner,
Sir.
But much love to everybody, and we're out. Make sure to subscribe, comment down below, share your opinion, ask the questions, and appreciate you. See you next week.
They gon' love me for my ambition.